And we're motherfucking back. Slap!
No, you're not. I don't think you're supposed to slap the bald person. I think
no.
you're supposed to protect me.
No. I'm supposed to slap. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm supposed to protect you.
Yeah.
Sam, get over here so I can slap that taste out of your fucking mouth. Ehsan, and we're gonna start today's episode with some shit that I've been meaning to tell you for so fucking long, bro. This is real shit.
Right.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth,
Bro, it's a good day to be. Yeah, it's a good day to be bald, dog. It's a good day to be bald. Us bald kings are sitting taller today.
Alopecia, guys, very serious. And if any one of you
Yeah.
makes any alopecia jokes in the comments, I will find you and kill your family.
Yes, and it'll be well deserved.
You
will have deserved it. Yeah,
I get an award.
you get an award. A standing ovation, and then Anthony Hopkins will come out and say how cool you are after you murder everybody.
and then the NFL gives me the MVP trophy.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah. See these 22 women? Do whatever you want. That's what
Dude,
the NFL
things have changed,
yeah, dude.
baby.
Yeah.
Me and Ehsan said this best, and I told you this the other day when this happened. The moment that Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in the fucking Oscars, COVID ended.
Yes, it's over. We did it.
Officially.
We did it, guys. We officially are done.
I'm going to Montreal this weekend. Bless you, baby. Samantha just sneezed. I'm going to stop talking off camera. That counts. I'm going to Montreal this weekend with Infamous Tour, those Schultzy, and Saturday. And, bruh, I don't need a COVID test.
To get into Canada.
That's what that slap did.
Wow, it slapped COVID out of Canada. It's crazy.
The truckers. It wasn't
no,
the truckers.
The truckers are fucking idiots. They should have slapped Chris Rock. You fucking dumb fucks.
They stayed up 24 hours a night honking in a house.
Yeah.
They could have just fucking slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah, dude. What were they thinking? Oh. Yeah. They could have just slapped Chris Rock. We shut down. Instead of shutting down small businesses, you could have just
ruining small businesses for life.
Yeah, just ruining regular people's lives too. You could have just slapped Chris Rock in the face. That's all you needed.
And you want to know what's best? He won't hit you back. He will literally just keep on going and be professional.
Yeah, he took that shit. I mean, it rattled him, but he was like,
oh well, yeah, it rattled.
Yeah, it rattled him.
Definitely rattled him.
But I would say,
I Am Legend smacked you in the face.
I would say, and how he handled it, that's probably the top 99 percentile on how someone would handle that. Yeah, I would say there's probably maybe 3 people that could do better than that.
No, there was only one person who did better. His name was Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know the whole turn the other cheek thing?
Yeah.
Comes from that guy.
Right. Oh, well, yeah. And he just did, he leaned into it. He was like, here, have the cheek.
Have the cheek.
Have the cheek.
And the Oscar goes to Questlove.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, dog? Like, what's impressive, because we have to unpack the whole thing.
Right.
What's impressive, of course, is Chris, his professionalism. Because now we're gonna, if I hate to be serious in any way, but if we're gonna be serious at all, the niggas as a comic, just as a comic watching another comic. It was so fucking impressive.
It was impressive.
The professionalism.
Yeah.
Also, he's really good.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, oh, it's a mid joke. It was a mid joke. But the nigga's delivery and how he does it and how he came out and how he had the crowd immediately and how those award shows are the worst, yet he's still killing.
Yeah. Also,
the joke hit, mind you.
It's a mid joke. Yeah, because the Oscars just mid joke. You know how much, dude, if he went up there and told his actual real jokes.
What he's been working at the store.
Oscars.
Yeah.
Do you know how much trouble he would be in? There's no way they would let that even happen. If Oscars at its peak is mid jokes.
Yeah.
At its peak, the funniest an Oscar can be is a mid jokes.
Yes.
Because they take themselves so seriously.
Yes.
Clearly. Clearly. Yo, way to just make way to make sure people will now always make this joke about your wife.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
And not just that joke. Hey, what about that whole, her getting a dick shoved down her throat? What about that part?
Her just telling you on her YouTube show.
It's on Facebook.
Yeah, it's on Facebook. Whatever. You know what I mean. Your internet show.
Even funnier though that it's on Facebook.
Yeah.
Even older.
Yeah, so old. Oh, good. And I said this on plug to Dangerous Brown podcast. Watch the Dangerous Brown podcast.
Dangerous Brown. Watch it.
Yeah, but what I said.
Follow him. Ehsan Ahmad on Twitter.
I said it there, and I'll say it here. This is Hall of Fame moment in cuck history.
Yeah, Hall of Fame cuck.
This is Hall of Fame cuck moment. To laugh, look at your wife who's cheating on you in the most public way I've ever heard anyone ever get cheated on
Entangled.
before. Yeah, entangled. Oh man, she made a new term.
She did. That's fire though.
She made she's an evil genius. She made
She's Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
she's wearing green
she's
like Lex Luthor.
and bald like Lex Luthor.
And she had a fucking glass headpiece on.
Yeah.
In a metal suit.
There's just a bunch of kryptonite on her. It was really weird.
Yeah, did anybody notice that Jada had a bunch of kryptonite around her and she was sitting on the throne?
Oh my God! You know what she is? What's that superhero movie?
Which one?
That
There's
Will
so
Smith
many.
is in. That Will Smith is in.
Hancock?
He's like, you know how when he's around the other person of his powers go
White
away?
women.
Yeah, when he's around dude, Jada's a white woman. Jada has ascended to white woman territory.
Yo.
Cause it's
Bro, I mean also and I said this. This is I don't care what y'all say, B Mafia. This was Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars was the greatest moment in human history. I stand by that. It's the biggest thing that's ever happened ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, because we were talking about this earlier. He brought up 9/11, and I mentioned that Osama didn't win Best Actor after the towers went down.
He did not win Best Terrorist, terrorist of the Year.
Yeah, it's not like he showed up at the UN, and they were like, "You did it."
And then there's an after party where you dance.
Where you're just dancing and just completely out of your mind, bro. Dude, those two are two of the most scariest people on the face of this planet.
Facts. So me and Ehsan and Sam last night, we rewatched it. We've watched it all, I'm sure, 100 times individually, of course, just because you can't avoid it.
Yeah.
But we were like, no, let's rewatch it and like break it down and fucking stop it and replay it and just this moment is too great.
Right.
This is OJ killing his wife level good.
Yeah. This is an unbelievable moment. Just when the Oscars were almost completely unwatchable.
Oh, and now they're
they
the most
reel you back in.
Now they're the most
just
watchable.
When I thought I was out.
Everyone's back.
Yeah.
Now it's like, the Oscars are back, son.
Yeah.
They are back and up. Because now next year, if you're an actor, the goal is I have to win an Oscar next year.
Yeah.
Because next year is going to be the biggest Oscars.
Also, you have to be like, fuck, I got to make news. It's gonna be. I think this
next year's tape. You know how Super Bowls go. It's a good game, bad game, good game. This is gonna be a bad one. But you're right.
But I think there are some actors looking at this like,
some psychopath.
I have to make a scene at the Oscars.
Yeah, and they're gonna bring a gun and kill everyone.
Oh my god. I was not even there mentally, but fuck, you're right.
Timothy Chalamet. Somebody check that nigga. Because it's gonna be somebody good. It has to be like Will Smith. It has to be something where you're like, I can't believe this happened with this person.
Right.
It has to be somebody like that where we're like, nigga, Andrew Garfield killed 42 people.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Right. Whew.
That's definitely gonna happen, fool. Because somebody watched that and was like, oh yeah, I can smack a nigga if I don't like. I can smack a nigga.
That's a whole thing too. I forgot. Or just some like crazy seat filler guy who feels like. Just because it's a land of mental illness, he feels like, this guy, Javier Bardem, took my role. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna stab him with a fork in the neck.
We've been in LA. We know those people for sure are out there.
Dude, I'm sitting next to one of them.
Javier, you know No Country for Old Men was mine.
Oh my god, relax.
Just like the craziest
relax.
It was mine.
Bro, you can't go after Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
Not yet. We have a year to wait, bro.
Oh, goddamn.
No, Jesus Christ. So we're watching. There was a moment, Ehsan, do you remember where you were like, oh my God, he's mentally insane?
Yeah.
He laughed at something that was.
Yes, when P. Diddy goes.
P. Diddy. What did you say?
We gotta squash this, Chris.
Will.
We gotta squash this in the back like brothers.
With the gold. He said, no, some after party. He said
at the golden after party like brothers.
Like brothers.
And then the camera turns to Will, and Will goes. Oh my God! This guy is out of his fucking mind. And they're going. And you know what they're gonna? You know what Hollywood's gonna do? That ego. They're just gonna keep blowing and pumping that ego up until. I mean, if this isn't indicative of a future burst, I don't know what else is.
Oh my God. Yo, bro, it is also, and this is another thing no one noticed. Will Smith slapping Chris Rock was such a big moment that Venus Williams' titty was out.
Yeah, her nipple was just straight out.
No one said anything. No one even saw it, and still no one's seen it. Still to this point.
Yeah.
Still to this point, no one is talking about, no one's seen it, because we still can't fathom that Chris Rock was slapped by Will Smith.
Yeah. Yeah. Also,
if you go back and watch, there's a point where Will Smith is giving his Oscar speech,
right,
and they keep showing the Venus sisters, and the Williams sisters,
yeah,
and Venus's titty is just out, bro. Mm-hmm. Not bad titty, by the way, for a 57-year-old woman.
Yeah, great. Hey, Venus, shout out to you. But oh god, yeah, it's just so fucking crazy that he's also to slap Chris Rock for doing his job too. That's kind of crazy.
It's hilarious.
Like that's what he was hired there to do.
It's hilarious to slap Chris Rock. It's hilarious to slap Chris Rock. Chris Rock took it like a champ. You could tell, and I've said this to you said like, oh, that's a guy who's been punched in the face many a time.
Yes.
That's a guy he never even rubbed his chin.
Right.
Didn't touch his face after.
No.
That is a man
kept his hand behind his back. That's some to keep your hand behind your back when you're getting struck. That's some Gandhi shit.
You've gotten and also
you've gotten
just like Gandhi.
Yeah,
you've gotten your ass beat. Because you've had to.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's the first time you get hit, you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's what that feels like.
Yeah.
Because it's just a complete. It's your face. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So that nigga took it and then still read off the teleprompter good enough.
Yeah, good enough. He did his best. He did again way better than anyone else could in that situation.
Well, I mean, dude, iRobot slapped him across the motherfucking face. He has a robot arm.
Right.
We know that arm's a mechanical arm.
Jesus. Oh my God.
And then when you break it down a step further, I'm gonna bring in our special guest, guys. The queen of the beans, the sexiest person on planet Earth, Samantha Lee Lopez. She has an unbelievable take as well. Because if you rewatch it,
excuse me, boys.
If you get in here, boo.
Okay. Where I belong.
Where she belongs. If you rewatch it, Sam, if you break down Chris Rock when he comes out, joke by joke, how does it go?
First, he makes fun of Javier Bardem and his wife.
That's what he says.
Whom he fails to mention her name, even though she's a famous actress who's up for
an Academy Award.
She
is also up for it because he's making fun of how Javier's up for an Academy Award.
And Penelope Cruz.
But he didn't say that.
He doesn't call her Penelope Cruz.
And his wife.
And his wife. They're both up for the role. And if she loses and he wins, he's in so much trouble.
And he's going to be like, Will Smith, I need you to win. You know?
That is way more of a slight than any other joke that was made that night.
Well, the joke about Jada is not a slight.
Well, at least he has the decency to call her by her name. Right. Javier should have been like,
yeah.
Well, say my wife's fucking name.
Say you keep my wife's name in your fucking mouth, Chris Rock.
Also, poor Penelope Cruz, who's been up for multiple awards in her lifetime. She's like an established actress.
And she's like, you're going to say this bitch's name who can barely act. She's in the show Gotham. That's Jada Pinkett's Jada Pinkett's biggest thing is she's in Gotham. Wow. Okay.
I don't even have the decency to be named.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but I understand that because it is like he's shitting on Penelope Cruz, also saying she's not gonna win an Oscar.
Yeah.
Like bitch, you're not gonna win. Like
you're not even close to it. Your husband's close to it.
And also, when you break this down another step further, he did make fun of her in 2016, and it's not that he just made fun of her; it's what he said.
Who, Jada?
He made fun of Jada and said she's not invited to the party.
Yes,
you were never even invited. You're like you suck as an actress.
Yeah, but he didn't do that night.
No, this night he literally gave her a compliment. He said the bitch looked like G.I. Jane. You know, Demi Moore.
Who's hot.
Also, who worked her ass off for that role. You know,
didn't she win awards for that role?
I don't think she won an award for that role.
Was she nominated?
She might have got nominated, but I don't think she won an award. But I know you don't know. But everyone knows the reference of G.I. Jane. Yeah. Old reference, mid reference.
Mid reference. It's not that big of a deal.
It's nowhere near. I mean, bruh.
Also, the Penelope Cruz slight is also saying, oh, and she's such a woman, she would be mad that her husband won.
Yeah, she's saying she's such a loser. Like, this is how she's gonna behave. Bro, the Penelope Cruz, it'd have been way funnier if Penelope Cruz got up and slapped him.
So well. She was so cool about it.
Yeah. Well, Javier Bardem also is laughing like a nigga at a comedy club. If you go back and watch, his hands are up.
He's like,
and
that's doing
he's like, get her, Chris. Get her. He's all in. And then, of course, go back to Ehsan. Will, thank you, Samantha. If you want to, you can also hang if you want. You can hang for this. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can hang if you want. The laughing before is psychotic.
Yes. The flip. The flip
of emotions is absolutely psychotic.
The flip is psychotic. Jada's reaction. I remember seeing Jada before he got up. I remember seeing Jada's reaction being like, fuck her for not liking that joke.
Yeah.
The fuck? Yeah. But also.
And then also Chris's reaction is very normal of like, oh, come on, that was a nice one. Because like he thinks it's all still fun and games.
Right.
Like, oh, that was a nice one. Like, oh, come on.
Yeah. Well, this is what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to be the only part that people will kind of tune in for. After that, it's back to background noise.
It's back to fucking burn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
With your speech. Oh my God, who gave that speech? Who gave the speech for Best Director? Kevin Costner. Couldn't have been more boring if you tried.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, they're insane. They brought fucking Liza Minnelli on stage, and they were like, "Hey, you want to see what dementia looks like?"
Well,
on live television.
Yeah. Also, no. Before that, when Anthony Hopkins came up on stage, it's like, wow, this guy's clinging to the last bit of cognition he has.
Yeah.
It's like watching him do a tightrope act. It's like, why are they doing this to these people?
Let them sleep. Put them down like horses.
Yeah, dude.
Actors are horses.
Yeah, take them to the back and shoot them.
Shoot them right in the fucking head, bro.
Yeah.
Double barrels to the face.
Yeah.
That's the only way to handle this problem.
Yeah.
No, fucking. Also, we have to get into this. The speech, man. Is it the greatest thing of all time?
Oh, the speech. The speech. Sometimes in this life, in this business, people talk crazy to you. You can say whatever you want, but you gotta learn to turn the other cheek and fight it with love. It's like, what?
No, what he said, he said, I am a vessel of love.
He said, I'm a vessel of love. That was
He said God told him to smack the shit out of Chris Rock.
Yeah.
I'm not crying because of the award. I'm crying because what God's putting on my heart to do.
Smack the shit out of Chris Rock,
dude. Oh, dude, God. This is why God has to be real. Because there's no way, because a real God would ignore all the real problems that are going on Earth right now and be like, oh, I'm going to put all my energy in making Will Smith's heart so big that he has to slap Chris Rock. Like, bro, that's what God is, dude.
Yo, God's the man, bro.
Yeah,
and
dude.
He made sure he won that fucking award.
Yeah.
The most important thing we take away from his speech is that Will is a protector of women. When he was in that movie,
He protected
He
them.
wasn't just acting.
Yeah, he
No.
was protecting them.
He wasn't. You know how most actors, or you know, they go to you know, like, oh, I'm acting with, you know, Christian Bale and yada
Yes.
yada. But you didn't really realize Christian Bale was protecting you.
Yeah, Will was protecting them.
he was protecting you
From the evil people
yeah.
that handed me this award.
And I'm so thankful for them. I love them.
Yeah, I love them. And I protected them from them.
Yeah, and I'm protecting myself.
I am a protector.
I am a
And then he
protector of God.
levitated. Yeah, he just levitated.
I protect God. I am the archangel. It is the will levitate. You're right.
Oh, God.
No, dude, it was the greatest moment in sports history, in every category, human history, movie. It's the greatest thing to ever happen on Earth, dog. Will Smith slaps Chris Rock.
Yeah.
You couldn't, bruh.
God.
You couldn't guess that in a trillion fucking jillion years.
No.
And everyone who's saying it's fake, hey, there's literally one reason you know it's not fake. And what is it, Ehsan?
Chris Rock can't act.
well, I still maintain that it could have been planned and they just didn't fill in Chris.
Now, that is fair. Now, that's the only conspiracy I will live with.
Yeah, that's an acceptable.
But if you're saying it was all planned where Chris Rock's involved,
No.
oh, all of a sudden this nigga's the greatest actor of all time.
Yeah.
But he can only do it in this moment. He can't do it like in in top 5, like with a good script.
Right.
We all know Will can carry a whole movie, so why couldn't he carry a whole?
Yeah. No, that's fair. I understand. I agree that they're like, yo, if we just tell Will and don't tell Will, we can't tell Chris. And they all were like, we know why.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, we've seen
Yeah,
all of it.
Yeah, we understand. We understand.
If it was animated, we let him do it. Right. but we tell him.
Yeah.
But it's not animated. He's not a zebra.
If the zebra can make that face, can the zebra take it on the chin? No? Okay, then we won't tell Chris.
We won't tell. Will smack unleash on that nigga. And it was a white dude saying this.
Yeah.
And Will said, I will, sire.
Yeah. Oh, man.
As Jada sat in the back on a green kryptonite throne.
Yeah, on a green, like, ice queen throne. Like, oh my God, Jada is, that's what I came up with. It's like, oh, Jada's some, like, weird puppet master.
Oh, she is, dude. Her pussy has not been wetter, and like everyone in the world is everyone on planet Earth is talking about her. She's a part of one of the biggest moments in human history.
But like her pussy is like wet with the blood of her enemies. It's not even like, you know what I mean? Like, bro,
her period blood is from her enemies.
From her enemies. Yeah.
Oh my God, because she drinks it.
Yeah, it's bro. She's on some like some like crazy Cersei shit.
Oh yeah.
Cersei was bald too.
Cersei was ended up being bald.
Yeah.
And if anybody in this life is like Game of Thrones, she is like Cersei. And Will Smith is very like a cuck, like Jaime Lannister.
Yeah, it really is. Really is.
Yeah.
Really is. Oh,
cuck-like.
Man. And that is the one take that I'm not a fan of. Of just like, because I heard this so much like on the Twitter spaces that they pushed afterwards. Because obviously I like, what are people saying in real time? And they were like, Chris Rock is punching down. It's like, hey, in what world is Jada Pinkett Smith below anybody? I'm sure if you asked Jada, she would say she's higher than God, dude.
She is God.
Get out. Yeah, she is God. She made Will Smith slap Chris Rock. Jada Pinkett Smith is God.
She's birthed Jaden and Willow Smith.
Yeah.
This woman is not fucking around.
No.
And
Trey.
No, Trey is from the ex-wife. That's why we don't talk about Trey.
We don't talk about Trey. No.
Well, yeah, because Trey doesn't have God's blood in them.
Oh.
Yeah, Jaden and Willow, and this is the crazy thing, man. Mm-hmm. That blood is talented.
Yeah.
All four are talented because even Jada is the not a good actress, obviously, but she's
Cersei.
But she's not a bad actress.
No.
There are way worse actresses than Jada Pinkett Smith.
Right.
You know what I mean? Chris
Right.
Rock.
But she might be like one of the GOAT political actors, like just political, like playing the politics of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh, playing the politics of Hollywood.
That's her. That's what she's the GOAT at.
Yeah.
She's Cersei.
And then Will Smith is Will Smith. You get those two together,
and they give you Jaden and Willow.
Yeah.
Who is like, bro, their careers, they're just getting started. They're still babies, dude. Mm-hmm. We forget that they're still babies. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my God, bro. Jesus Christ, he slapped the shit out of that nigga. That slap was so hard.
Yeah.
And also how you know for sure how you know it's real. And this is the one thing that I don't get. Like, it's weird that people like don't get about people. The people were like, oh, it's fake, yada yada. Bro, the second get my wife's fucking name out of your mouth, if you can't tell that's real, then you're not around. Like, you're an idiot. You're just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're just
the fact that the broadcast cut.
Everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Everything you need to know, though.
The broadcast cut.
Chris Rock, one of the greatest comedians of all time, explaining his joke. You think he knows that the moment that happens that you are losing this battle.
Yeah.
The moment you were like, hey, it was just a such and such joke.
Right.
You lost. That means you're not making enough. That means you're not doubling down. Because a real comic, you double down every time, all the time, no matter what. That's what you do on stage. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he wasn't doubling down, that he was like, yo, like this.
Yeah, it means that he was like, oh, this that was Chris Rock being like,
I'm not prepared for this moment.
Or not even that too. Not even I'm not prepared for this moment.
What?
Just him also making that decision of like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, this is not about comedy. Now I gotta get to the next thing. He made the professional decision. It was if this had happened at a Chris Rock show, that would have gone much differently.
Much differently.
Yeah.
But this was not a Chris Rock show.
It's not a Chris Rock show. And I think Chris made the right move because the whole room was giving this guy that slapped him a standing ovation 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
Chris Rock, it's not like I think Rock looked around and is like, oh, I'm like all of a sudden like deep in enemy territory right now.
I am deep in the
enemy waters. Deep in enemy territory. I'm deep. And so how I handle this is not like I gotta be Oscars host Chris Rock. What does Oscars host Chris Rock?
But that's
do?
when he slapped him. I guess my point is, we're talking about Mount Rushmore comic. Yeah, you both agree?
Yes.
Yeah, but
but hold on. Mount Rushmore comic. Who, you know what I'm saying? Who, I mean, He's been doing it almost 30 years, if not 30 to 40 years.
Right.
Been through every situation times 10.
Right.
Literally, he's hosted the Oscars multiple times. He's been through every situation times 10.
Right.
Was not ready for that situation is another my point of to the people who are like, it's fake. No.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely not, bro. You think Chris Rock is not ready for most comedic moments?
Right.
You think he hasn't been gotten to like where a nigga wanted to fight him on stage before? That's happened.
Yeah.
It's just never been Will Smith at the Oscars.
And actually connecting.
That you're like was not ready for that.
Right.
He'll be ready for it. And I'll tell you this much: if it ever happened again, oh baby, if anybody's got jokes on deck for it, it's Chris Rock.
Yeah. How much do you think his friends are telling him? Like, because there's that moment where he goes, "I could," and he's not.
Ooh, and he stops.
Yeah, and he stops. And I wonder how many of his friends were like, "Bro, you should have."
Oh, I'm sure Dave's like,
Yeah.
I'm sure Dave, and I'm sure all of them. I'm sure everyone. And then I'm sure some of them are like, bro, you made the right call. You know.
Yeah.
I think he definitely made the right call because he was, like you said, he was totally in enemy territory. He was
outnumbered.
We immediately notice as soon as Questlove is announced, he comes up, he shakes Will's.
They all shake Will's hand.
They all shake Will's hand and then ignore Chris.
They all ignore Chris.
Chris had fucked up.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hey, this is also this is our segment. Why Trevor Noah isn't a real comic. To fucking comfort fucking Will Smith. To comfort Will Smith after he hit somebody.
Yeah.
Especially with all your blowhardness.
Talking about Tiffany Haddish?
No, I'm talking about Trevor Noah.
Yeah, he came up and hugged him at the after party.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's just part of another reason why it's just I don't like this guy.
Oh, he's the worst.
He's the worst. It's like
I think Tiffany Haddish sucks too. Everything she was sounding off about the same way.
Oh, really?
Oh, sounding off.
What was
about
she saying?
Like how Will Smith was in the wrong. I mean, Chris Rock was in the wrong, and Will Smith. I'm so proud that I got to see a black man stand up for a black woman. That's one of the best moments I've ever seen a man have, or some shit like that. It was some fuck nigga shit, dog.
I think there's a whole way they're trying to separate the comics who are actually saying something from the comics who can't say. The higher ups.
Oh my God, Sam. Jesus Christ.
No, you're right.
Run this world.
The baby's blood people.
Yeah, the baby's blood people are trying. This is why they try to get rid of Joe. They want to separate the people who are actually saying something from the people who aren't saying anything. And so the people who aren't saying anything are seeing it as an opportunity to uplift themselves, while the people who are great comics are getting trampled by the mass media.
I think they're separating themselves. I think people are people, and some people are losers. And Tiffany Haddish and Trevor Noah are fucking losers.
No, well, this is what makes them. But it's like it is that way of being like, hey, you big comics who would be in that realm of like, especially these Hollywood comics. What side are you gonna take? Mm-hmm. That is part of it. That is absolutely a part of it. And what sucks is that like Trevor and Tiffany Haddish, people who came up through stand-up comedy, who should get it.
Yes.
Don't get it.
Who should always never forget the golden rule, which is comic first.
Right.
Comedy first. Team comic first.
Comedy first.
Comedy first, which is, and if it's comedy first, that means you're comic first. Mm-hmm. You are pro comic. Mm-hmm. Always have the comics back, bro.
Right.
Even when they fuck up. Even when a comic makes a mistake, I have the comics back. And I'm not talking about some Chris D'Elia, like, did he fuck kids shit? No. I'm talking about, that's different. I'm talking about like Tony Hinchcliffe getting canceled.
Right.
I'm going to have the comics back, and I was there, and I know he didn't fuck up, but let's say he did. I'm going to have his back because it's like, you know what, nigga? He was trying to be funny, and he failed.
Well, also,
he failed.
There's a big difference between saying something and putting hands on people.
The moment it's physical, I don't have your back.
Right.
The moment, if a comic gets, or anyone like gets physical with anyone, it's like, bro, what are you doing? You hitting people? You're a fucking child?
Or you're raping people, you know, like.
People. Yeah, you touching kids. Like, yeah, fool.
Do something physically.
But you say something on stage, I will have that person's back and defend that person to jail to death. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, bro, if a motherfucker can't say how they feel, then what's the point of living? Mm-hmm. What's the point of this? You know what I mean? And if you can't handle a fucking G.I. Jane 2 joke.
Yeah, which also went from a mid-level reference to like a top-tier reference.
Oh, well, now G.I. Jane is alive and well now, baby.
Yeah. Hollywood always rebooting.
They're gonna make G.I. Jane 2 now. They have to make,
and Rock should direct it. That would be funny if Rock.
No, they hate him. They're gonna let Will Smith produce it and let Jada direct it.
Yeah, you're right.
Black woman, but
you're
not
right.
Jada.
No, she'll be the director.
No, I said direct it. They'll let her direct it.
Yeah. They'll let her direct it.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
And then it'd be a whole girl power thing, and
Oh God.
And then her pussy will overflow with her enemy's blood.
As it always has,
Yeah.
as it always will, as some other rapper, as Little Baby fucks the shit out of her in Will Smith's garage.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like,
and Will Smith just
listens from another room.
has to take it, single tear down his eye every time.
Yeah, as he watches from the security camera in the other room, just one tear down his eye.
Yeah.
As Little Baby fucks the shit out of her. And I mean, dicks her down in a way he could never.
And after he dicks her down, he goes and hangs out with his kids.
Yeah, and then he goes and hangs out with Jaden because they're boys, and they make a song together, and the song's a hit. And it's like, wow, Little Baby did all that in one night.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, him dancing at the after party, this is what I also thought was weird. If you go watch that video, him dancing at the after party, and they have it's everyone around him, and everyone has their cameras on him. And it's other famous actors.
Right.
But they're all just looking at him, cameras on him, and he's just dancing, singing his song. They're getting jiggy with it, and it's like, this is like a 5-year-old's dream. Does that make sense? Like, this is like, no wonder they fuck kids still and they still think they're kids because, like, bro, they are living like 5-year-olds.
Right.
You need to celebrate your Oscar like this?
Yeah. Yeah, what?
Hey, Ehsan, how fun would it also be if you just went home with your family?
Dude.
And had a good time with your family.
Yeah, you know what?
Is that too crazy?
You know what I always thought of? If I ever like won an Oscar, I thought I would go to the Comedy Store and get up in front of like 3 people afterwards.
Yeah, and then have your Oscar on the stool.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Well, that's just you shitting on everybody.
That is me shitting on everybody, but also that's what I would like to do.
Yeah. I would probably want to be with my family and then maybe or the people who all made the movie. You know what I mean? Like, celebrate together.
That makes sense.
You know, it's a team effort because a movie is a team effort. You know what I mean? And it's like,
that's a good point.
But I don't want to be at the club with all the other actors.
Yeah, and they're all
who are all other and just it's about me and everyone's just, it's like, look at me, I won. Look at me, and it's like, bro, you're already Will Smith. You didn't win already. This validated you. Also, think about that. Like, this validated you, and like, oh, your ego's so big. Of like, I'm so sick of people disrespecting my wife, and this nigga's gonna disrespect my wife on this stage. And who does he think? When
it was clear that he was gonna win, right? All the winners sat in the front row.
Yeah,
He's right in the middle.
He's dead center.
Yeah, so it's also like.
Also, it's unbelievable his performance. He should have won.
Yeah,
that's the crazier part. That's the even crazier part, is that he should have. It's not like it was like some bullshit. It's like, no, he was unbelievable.
Yeah, but now he overshadowed his own win.
Oh, man, I mean, dude, he overshadowed 9/11.
Yeah, big turning point. We're here for another turning point.
Golly,
this is Gen Z's 9/11.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the club, Gen Z. You know how it feels like.
Oh, yeah, welcome.
To have your world shattered.
This is a world, God damn it, Ehsan.
This is what it feels like. There'll be times whenever the next generation comes, they'll be like, man, you'll be like, you don't remember the slap. Things were different before the slap.
Things were way different before the slap. Things were different.
We had water before the slap. After slap, the water started disappearing.
And Jada started getting fatter and fatter. And she was just like, wait a minute, why is she looking like an evil fucking water monster?
She had all the water. She got it.
God. But it was the greatest moment in human history, and I'm so glad that I got to live it with you guys.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
And Beat Mafia, I hope you appreciate what you saw. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope you really understand that that's not a moment to be brushed off.
No.
This was the biggest moment in human history.
Oh, and this is one thing we talked about. One thing I wanted to say is that at least, like, the amount of comics now, stand-up comedians that are #1 in the news is absolutely insanity.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Absolutely insanity. It really started with Cosby. COVID. No, Cosby's where that's where it started.
Started with the Halo versus Cosby thing. That was the biggest news in the universe.
Yeah, the Cosby, then the whole Cosby situation. That died down for a bit, and then Louis C.K. Humongous. Then I would say Aziz, also humongous.
Yep.
What? Anything else happened?
COVID.
Then D'Elia, COVID.
Yep.
Then Hinchcliffe.
Hinchcliffe,
it might not have been the #1 thing, but it was trending in China. It was up there.
Oh, I mean, it was trending in America. It was big. It was not as big as D'Elia, but bigger than Callan.
Yes.
Does that make sense? There's a little gray area in there.
Right. But that was huge. and then just the fact Rogan has just been in the news.
Oh no, and then Joe Rogan.
Yeah, then Joe Rogan.
The N-word, Joe Rogan N-word thing was
but also
monstrous. And then right before that, the vaccine thing.
The vaccine
no,
thing.
Joe Rogan had a full 2 weeks on his own.
No, Joe Rogan had a full 2 months.
2 months on his own.
The fucking Prince of England was commenting on it.
Yeah, everyone was talking about.
Dude,
Joe.
what the fuck? Yeah, dude, that Rogan was.
And that's still going on. That's still active.
But Rogan
that's
Rogan was the number one thing in the world. No, here's what happened. Rogan was the number one thing in the world, and then Ukraine happened.
Yes.
And then a stand-up comic is the president.
Yes.
And he's the biggest thing in the world until Chris Rock gets slapped.
And now the war is who gives a fuck?
Yeah, the war. Yeah, Russia was Russia said this today. I read this. They said they'll stop shelling while the peace talks are happening. They calmed down the Ukraine situation a bit. Yeah. Even Putin was like, "Oh, I think this is getting out of control."
Yeah, he said Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
What? Hey, let's pull back. Something's up. Something's up. Something's up.
Something bigger is happening. That's how big Will Smith is, dog.
Yeah.
Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, and also, wow, just how big they both are.
No, that's how big.
Titans.
This is everyone. This is world news. Putin has a take on this.
Oh yeah.
Everyone has a take on this.
Yeah, Kim Jong Un has a take on this. It's like what?
Yeah.
Because you know what else? Both of those people are people you've heard of, no matter where you are.
Yes.
Oh, remember, what did you say Apple was advertising the Oscars? How did they?
Oh.
This is pre-slap.
So this is pre-slap. My roommate, David Santafanti, looks at his phone. They have the news. Yeah. Right? On the news, it says, this is right before the Oscars. It says, Oscars are going to be this year. They said, who's going to win? They said, who's going to win Best Picture? Who's going to win Best Actress or whatever? Who's going to have the best moment of the night? Who's going to get canceled? That's how they sold it.
And all those things happened. And all those things gloriously happened.
Yeah. Chris, we're about to see Chris Rock in less Hollywood things, right? You would think?
No, because he was so professional. They loved him.
Yeah.
It ain't like
he doesn't come off as a, no one comes out. He doesn't come
the
off
higher ups the higher ups, the people who run that shit, like Will Packer, who put it together.
Yeah.
You're thanking Chris Rock for bro.
It didn't go off the rails.
You didn't. What if he'd acted like how a human being acts?
Yeah.
When they get slapped, what if he did fucking punched him back?
Right.
And now they're up there fighting.
Yeah.
At the Oscars.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're Will Packer, the dude who put it together this year, he did it. You're giving because you're mad at Will.
Yeah.
You're not happy with Will.
Right.
He did. You're not in the audience. You're behind the screen. You're watching it like how we're watching.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You're not sucking your own dick right now. You're trying to put on a good show.
Right.
And this guy's ruining it.
Right. Yeah,
whereas everyone in the audience is literally
sucking their own dick. Yeah.
Slurping their own dicks. Why do they give a fuck that this guy slaps somebody?
Yeah.
You're too busy with your dick in your mouth.
Yeah. Damn, that is just such a giant dick suck fest, isn't it?
It's the biggest dick suck fest ever.
Yeah, dude. It's just the worst.
And then it sucks too because then some people who a lot of they're not sucking their own dicks. They're just a lighting guy who worked really hard on the movie and they're up for the lighting award and they win and they're just so genuinely happy. Yeah. And you do feel I don't feel bad because I know that's that guy was on set or that lady was on set
12 hours a day
for seven months in the middle of New Zealand.
Yeah, making this great film. She'll never get recognized for it publicly.
This is her one, and they love that movie, and they enjoyed that film, and it meant a lot. And it was hard work, and the editing team, and this, and the costume team, bro. So it does suck because I just to play a little devil's advocate of the other side, because no one ever talks about that. These are also people who man, I really worked 2 years on that project, and it was 2 years of my life working 12 hours a day every day, thinking that, oh my God, did we ruin it? Thinking is it not gonna get me? Oh, this happened, and then we make it, and then it's one of the best movies ever. That must be a great feeling. And then Will Smith slaps Chris Rock, and no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Oh, God. Oh, man. So, yeah, don't invite black people anywhere.
I've been saying that.
Jesus.
I said it first.
Sam did say it first. I just stole it from her. And normally I'd say it's racist, but today.
It was true.
Jesus. We'll be back. Hey, Bean Mafia. That's right. The Bean Mafia gang has stepped up. Spoil the beans. We're here. We got a real ad, baby. This is a real motherfucking ad. Manscaped. That's right. That's Manscaped. You heard me correct. Everyone out there who has been listening to this podcast forever, we got a real product backing us. supporting the Spoil the Beans lifestyle, supporting the Spoil the Beans movement. And you know what's nice is this product is actually the shit. I've never used Manscaped. I've never used Manscaped before. I'm not going to lie. This is the first time I ever used it. Holy shit. Not kidding. Holy shit. Holy shit. It's amazing. It is
top tier.
Top tier. Sam likes the new package.
I dig it.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm talking about my package. This is incredible. Your boy, you know, I'm gaining girth. You gain girth. You gain length. Fellas, Manscaped. You're giving yourself inches, baby. And if Al Pacino didn't say anything, he said, life is a game of inches. You haven't seen this movie yet.
I was like, what?
Any given Sunday.
That?
Life's a game of inches. Nigga, Manscaped. That should be their fucking slogan. It's a game of inches. Life. Your penis. Manscaped. Dude, I love it. Spoil the Beans. That is our promo code. Literally type in Spoil the Beans, get 20% off. Guys, let me go through how good this is. See this right here? You see this? This bad boy, excuse me, is the lawnmower. Lawnmower 4.0. Dude, I use this, shaved my balls in 10 minutes. Hadn't shaved in like half a year, probably. You know what I mean? Shaved, tire sack, 10 minutes. Unbelievable.
But you're not even nearly as hairy as I am. Hey, for the ladies who are listening to this, you can also use this to shave you. I'm a very hairy lady. I'm a kind of a fuzzy person. What?
She's a fuzzball, dog.
I'm a fuzzball. I'm like a tennis ball.
She's a fucking tennis ball.
I am a tennis ball up in here. And this is very handy, I will say.
Love it. The 4.0.
So
the
quick.
4.0.
Trimmed my fuzz.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, Manscaped, let me tell you something about the 4.0. They engineered the ultimate groin and body trimmer by focusing on intelligent functionality and incredible, comfortable grooming experience. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to our advanced skin-safe technology. I now feel confident shaving my boys. That is true. I had no nicks.
I wasn't nervous at all.
Yeah, I had zero nicks. And I've shaved my balls plenty of times with other razors and other things like that. You know what I mean? And literally always a nick or two, which sucks because your balls, you don't want your balls bleeding all day.
Yeah, that's gross.
Because it's nonstop. A lot of blood down there. Yeah, so you just don't want that. You know what I mean? I didn't know this also. I'm one of the first people, me and you, Samantha, to try the new 4.0, and I am blown away by the performance. I literally am. It's phenomenal. It really is. This upgraded trimmer includes a multi-function on and off switch that can engage a travel lock. It really can. You can lock it if you need to. It also gives you the ability to turn the 400K LED spotlight on and off whenever needed for a precise shave.
I looked up how
Oh
to
my
do
God.
it.
The Lawnmower 4.0 even allows you to customize your trim through additional guard lengths with sizes 1 through 4, which is really nice. I didn't need the size. I was going to go no trimmer, and Sam had to help me out here.
Yeah, we wanted to get a little bit of a fade going.
I wanted more of a fade. I didn't want a full ball, but I like the fade. Did I mention, this is very important, wireless charging. Look at this. This is wireless. This is charging right now, all right? Wireless charging, well, you got to plug it in, but it could be charging right now is my point.
It could be.
Wireless charging uses electromagnetic induction, which can help battery length last longer. Men, if you've been shaving with the same nut trimmer on your face, you've been doing it wrong. No person wants pubes in their mouth.
Yeah, you should have one for each.
One for each. Me and Sam both have one. It's fucking awesome. It's time to get your own ball and hair and body trimmer with Manscaped to make me time the best time and enhance your confidence with some nice, smooth boys. Get 20% off, free shipping with the code SPOILTHEBEANS. All one word, Spoil the Beans, all caps. Guys, it's the name of the pod, Spoil the Beans. Easy. Manscaped, use it. Yo, let me tell you this. These are some of the things that you get. Waterproof trimmer. Reduces foot odor. I didn't know that, but this does reduce foot odor.
Really?
It does. The Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer helps reduce nicks, reduces the risk of ingrown hairs, and reduces the risk of grooming accidents. I stand by all those things 1,000%. This is not because they're the first brand to support us. I genuinely fuck with this. Mm-hmm. The nose trimmer, incredible. Got all my nose hairs out.
He's got a hairy nose. That's the one thing that is very hairy.
I'm not really a hairy guy. My balls a little bit, but my nose gets
your
pretty hairy.
nose needed.
I loved this. The crop preserver, the ball deodorant, genuinely found it refreshing on my testes.
You felt refreshed?
It added a little spice. You know, it really did. I wasn't mad about it. I really wasn't. The crop reviver, the ball toner, also felt good on my balls. I love this bag that they come with. This is just nice for, because I travel a lot.
The shed.
Is that what it's called?
That's what it says on here. The shed. It's
The shed, the travel bag. I travel a lot, so
cool
I've been
stuff.
using it on the road. Unbelievable. Unbelievable kit. Unbelievable package. I've been putting my other toiletries in this, but it's phenomenal. Dude, everything they sent us, I've been using. Every single thing. Sam uses them.
I did. I had to trim the fuzz.
Dude, if you're in a couple, get two. Get the 4.0
Yeah, get two.
lawnmower. Unreal. Get the fucking, for fellas, if you got a hairy nose, get the weed whacker. 1,000% recommend the weed whacker if you got a hairy nose. Ball fucking deodorant, the crop preserver, unbelievable. The toner, unbelievable. God, the lawnmower 4.0, seriously. I genuinely loved this product. It is so worth it. It's just, I shaved. I'm going to probably shave again in another week. Took me 10 minutes. Crop the area. More inches.
It took you less time than 10 minutes.
Did it? It felt so fast.
It was very fast. Maybe
was
like
quick.
2 songs.
It was 2 rap songs. So we're talking,
rap
it might
songs?
be 6 minutes. Probably, yeah, right. 6 minutes if we're being all the way honest. 6 minutes. Your boy was fresh shaved up. We had incredible sex. Can I guarantee the great sex you'll have? I can't guarantee that. I can hope for it. I'll hope for it.
We can put that energy into
I'll
your
put that
future.
energy. If you use Spoil the Beans, Manscaped,
20%
promo code,
off.
20% off, plus free shipping, I will put that good energy if you're going to have good sex after you Manscaped. I'm going to put that out there on you.
That's free, man.
That's for you. Guys,
lady.
Spoil the Beans. The promo code's right here. Use it. Don't lose it. All right, 20% off. And Manscaped, thank you so much, man. You guys, this was amazing.
Manscaped.
We really appreciate it. We love you guys. Thanks for supporting the Bean Mafia. And back to the movie.
And we're back. Everybody, we did it. We're back. Deric is now looking for what he needs to look for, and I am talking, and I am happy that we're back.
You are an idiot. Not unlike Chris Rock. Total unprofessional.
What do you mean? If they don't know we're back by now, that's on them. You asked me to bring it back. I brought it back.
Yeah, no, you did bring it back. Bobby Do.
Yes.
This is probably going to be one of the bigger episodes we do because it is by far the most topical episode we will ever do.
Yeah.
Ehsan Ahmad, can you tell me what you think happens in King Richard? I'm going for the views, baby. Right? Hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just got to go for the downloads.
Yeah.
You know, and this is too easy of a layup to not have King Richard right now out there.
Man. Oh man, I thought you know what's crazy? I didn't guess. I was gonna guess Pursuit of Happiness. I thought it was gonna be on that. I knew it was gonna be. Will Smith.
I'm going all the way on the
You're
nose.
going all the way. Yeah. Okay.
What? I mean, you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It's the most talked about thing on planet Earth right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the downloads.
Well, you know what? Ironically, not the most talked about thing on planet Earth when it should be. It's more Will Smith himself. Yeah.
But a relation.
Okay. It's about this guy, Richard, and he helps his, he sees promise in both of his kids, like they're good at tennis, and he's like, wait, they're like really good at tennis. And then
Wait, you seen the movie already? I'm just like,
Yeah,
I don't know how.
yeah. And then he's like, oh, we gotta help him get better at tennis. But oh no, tennis, that's white. And then they go to tennis stuff and like no one takes these black girls seriously. And this black old poor looking black guy, no one takes him seriously. And then the girls win some. And then they're like, oh, the black girls are winning. We got to come up with rules to stop the black girls from competing.
No more braids.
Yeah, no more braids.
No more Jordans. Like, what?
And then they power through because that's how good they are. And then King Richard's like,
You don't know how good they are.
You guys know what this means for black people. He definitely imparts a speech, a monologue about how important they'll be in the future and how much trailblazing they're gonna trailblaze. Yeah, and then it probably ends with him seeing them. I wonder if they've ever won, like seeing them win something big, whether it be their first Grand Slam or not even that, their first like pro win on the pro circuit, and that's where it ends.
Okay. You are maybe 100% right. I don't know how you got all that.
Yeah.
It seems like you saw the movie.
No, you know what? Just call me a savant. I just can really guess a movie by its title.
Do you, okay, but now in all seriousness,
Okay,
do you like tennis?
Yes.
You do like tennis?
I like tennis, yeah.
You like tennis, okay.
I like tennis.
I like tennis too.
I like tennis.
I like tennis.
I will say this. I haven't sat down and watched it in a minute, but whenever I did watch it as a kid and whenever I catch it now, I thoroughly enjoy it.
Facts. And what you know about tennis, what do you know about Venus and Serena? How great, like, do you know? Like, do you really know their level or no? Like, where they rank?
Terms, yes. Amongst the greats, Serena is like GOAT.
Okay.
Serena is GOAT.
I don't know if you actually. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know what you actually knew.
No.
Yeah.
Serena's GOAT and Venus is a Hall of Fame.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So you know.
No, I know. I
Okay.
remember. I remember when they first started becoming.
I remember
a
when they
thing.
were playing each other in
Yes.
championships.
Yes.
Like I've watched them play each other in
Yes.
championships. Like I can remember this.
Yes.
And you remember this as well.
Yes.
Because this is our era. This is our era of GOAT tennis players.
Yes.
You know. Also, them winning doubles together.
Them winning doubles together
I remember
was a thing.
That was a big thing.
And then they just were the thing.
Mm-hmm.
They were the thing in tennis. It was like Federer in the men's side and Venus, Serena on the other side. That's what it felt like growing. And then Nadal and Djokovic came a little later.
That's later.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I know. And then Serena is like all time.
I mean, you can argue GOAT, men and women. I'm talking. You can argue GOAT. Like that's how great. Like when you look at the numbers, it's like, oh,
and she was number one forever and all those things. Yeah.
This movie, Ehsan, is a sports movie.
I know I'm gonna cry.
If you're new to this podcast, a lot of you are. Hello, welcome, B Mafia. Well, you're part of the family now. We will find you, hunt you down, and kill you later.
Yes.
That's what we do in this family.
Yep. Never grows, only stays the same. One in, one out. So make a choice if you want to be a part of it, because one day you could be the one that's out.
Oh my God! 1 in, 1 out. No one listens to this podcast because we finally killed him. Oh my God. That's real love, bro. That's when you love your fans. You love your fans too much.
Yeah. We'll stalk you and murder you.
If you're new, Ehsan is batting almost 1,000 for crying for pretty much every sports movie.
Right.
Because even Air Bud, you do cry of laughter.
Oh my God, that might have been the hardest I've ever cried.
It's like you pretty much every sports movie, you tally some tears.
Right.
This one, say what you want about Will Smith at the Oscars, slapping Chris Rock, yada yada. That overshadows everything. It did. This man did deserve the Oscar.
Okay.
This role is unbelievable. This story is. It's one of those movies. Why it's so good, because you're watching it going. Because, of course, there's movie moments. Right? And then other moments you're like, no, there's footage of this.
Yeah.
Like, you can watch this match.
Right.
You can pull this match up and watch it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these women did this.
Right.
And where they're really from. Like, do you know their backstory at all or no?
I think they're from Compton?
Okay, so they're from Compton. Do you know... and they're from Compton, and you know what era of time this is in, right?
Yes. I think they had a sister that died.
So these niggas is from some shit.
Yeah.
You ready to go?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. This is actually like one of the most amazing stories in sports history.
Okay.
I get why they
made a movie out of it.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
You ready? Movie starts. We see a tennis club, like a really fancy place, and we see our lead, Will Smith. Overweight, you can tell he also actually gained the weight for all this. Like, he's so good.
Right.
He's fat. He's got the old look. He's got the dirty beard. He's got you know what he looks like in this, right?
Yes.
He got the high socks, the booty shorts.
Right.
He walks in. He's getting balls. You hear a voiceover. Where I grew up, Louisiana, Cedar Grove, tennis was not a game peoples played. Yeah, he's retarded.
Okay.
Okay. We was running. He said we was too busy running from the clans, but. When I'm interested in something, I learns it. That's what I did with tennis, with these girls. We see him driving, listening to radio stations just talking about tennis.
Interesting.
And they're talking about Pete Sampras, yada, yada, and he's just, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So we see him trying to convince these people to sponsor his daughters. These rich. That's why he's going to these rich clubs.
Right.
Trying to get him to convince these rich whites, and he's telling them before they was born. He's telling them this, bro. This is fire. Before they was born, I wrote them a 70-page plan for exactly how their career was gonna go. I told you, Ehsan, it's unbelievable.
Damn.
Did you watch that Tiger Woods documentary that I told the one on HBO that I
No,
I
I never watched it. I gotta watch.
Same thing.
Okay.
Same kind of dad.
Okay.
Where you're like, oh. Also, me and Sam because watching that documentary, watching this, I was like, oh, you have to talk to your kids like this. If you don't say it, who will?
Right.
You know. So he said how I got into tennis was. He said I was reading something one day and I heard about how some kid got paid like 15-year-old $200,000 or $300,000 to play tennis. A kid. He said, so I went home and told my wife right then and there that night, we's having 2 more girls. Called it, dog.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. This is some like, bro. And there is footage of this shit.
Damn.
So he goes, I have a plan. And this plan is to see you girls turn into champions. All right? Now, I know you're thinking, what this man talking about? This family from the ghetto. How you going to pay, how you going to pay for this? And you see the voiceover is him actually, this is his speech to one of the rich white guys.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He goes, how you going to pay for this? Well, don't you worry about all that. All the money's going to come. All right? And then people are just, no, every time. Yeah, just a smash cut of no's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People telling them to go play basketball. People telling them, like, yada, yada, that's not how it works. And he's super nice every time.
Right.
Pleasant. Tell you, make a mistake. I told you. Like, he's really like that,
Right.
We see him driving, and back in the Compton, he's back in the hood. You see the girls delivering phone books. They're like kids, bro, but that's what they're doing for a living.
Okay.
Their story's real, dog.
Okay.
They're delivering phone books, dog, but they're like super competitive with each other.
Right.
They're like racing to do it, right?
Right.
Which is like, I bet that's real. I bet little things like that. Yeah. Well, if you're the sisters, like, oh yeah, we used to deliver phone books and we'd like race so you could do it faster.
Right.
It's like, of course they did.
That makes sense.
So they're racing and doing it, right? Mm-hmm. And they're all over the hood. They're just having fun. And you see a lady come over to Richard, like the neighbor, and yell to the father, y'all, you got them girls working too hard. I saw y'all practicing in the rain the other night. Right?
Okay.
And the dad's like, no, she says it to the girls. And the dad calls the girls over. He's like, y'all go inside now. And then he comes over politely to his neighbor and he goes, I ain't going to tell you again, but don't be talking to my kids like that.
Damn.
All she said was, you working too hard. Damn. I saw y'all working in the rain. And he was like,
no.
Bro, Bob, how cold is that?
Right.
Like, hey, bitch, I got don't fuck with the plan, dog.
Right.
So he goes, these kids, she's like, you got them kids working too hard. He goes, I got to do it. Keep them off them streets. He goes, I'm in the champion raising business. Where your daughter at, by the way? What corner she on?
Damn.
And she's like, fuck you, right? And he just kind of walks off. So he comes home. His wife is like, calming him down. She's like, don't let that woman rile you up. She's always talking, calm down. He's like, I know. The wife goes to work. She works like a double. She's like a nurse or whatever, right? Or not like you know what I mean? Like just working like a hard job type job. She's but while she's leaving, she's giving the girls tennis advice as well. Mm-hmm. Like they're both into it.
Okay.
So they show you right there, like the mom. She goes right before she goes to work. She's like, hey, by the way, honey, you got to do this when you open your stance now. You understand that? You got to, And then she's like, oh, yes, mama. Mm-hmm. They have 5 daughters.
Oh, damn.
All right. All the kids super smart, top of the class, all 5, straight A students.
Damn.
Bro.
Damn.
So they are. You see them. They're practicing at the club today. He goes, he's like, all right, girls, we're gonna go practice at the club today. And they go, okay. He goes, what we do out here doing? We getting great, right? And they're like, yes, daddy, we getting great. He's like, that's right, right? And he goes, that's all we worried about, right? And they're like, yes, daddy. He's like, I understand, good. And then they're driving by like a grave of like a fucking cemetery. He's like, all right, y'all say hi to the dead people. I say hi to the people that's gone. They're like, hi, people that's gone. Okay. And he keeps driving. He's from Louisiana.
Right.
So they get to the park. Also, I like little things like that because it's like, oh, he probably used to do that.
Right.
These are also because the story is from Venus and Serena. So it's like, some of these, because of course there's movie moments, but little things like that, you're like, ah.
That's, how you make that up.
Facts.
Right.
So they get to the park. And he's like, who ready to work? Who ready to work? Music kicks in. Mm-hmm. They're at a public park in Compton, bro. leaves all on the court, cracks all on the court. Richard has to sweep the court up before they play.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then a guy walks by and was like, King Richard, you ain't gonna get no sleep. Hey, ain't nothing come to sleep but a dream. And you see him playing with the girls.
Damn.
Bro, he's playing. They play sun up, sun down, bro.
Damn.
They playing. You know what I
Damn.
mean? And he's using like a football to help, like making him throw a football because it matches the way he wants them to
To
twerk.
surf?
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy shit that he's learning from that he heard it on the radio,
Right.
like how what Pete Sampras did.
Okay.
So it's like wow, bro. These girls were
Word.
bred.
Bread. Yeah.
Bred.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't win championships like that if you're not, you know. So, you know, he's got him. He stacks balls. He's making them hit it like from far away. Crazy drills,
Right.
bro. They're like 9 and 11,
Okay.
or like maybe 8 and 11. They're like baby girls.
Okay.
You know. And
An age you never forget.
what do you mean by that?
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum.
I thought you were about to say bum. Delia.
Yeah. No, it was more of a 9/11 joke.
That's true.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. You
It
fucking
was. I was
idiot.
thinking pedophile
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, man,
that's
I'm always
on
thinking
you.
about fucking kids.
Well, yeah. That's. You know what? You are. I've seen your comedy.
So he's coaching them up. That's nasty. All right, Venus. Ooh, almost. All right, let's go. Let's go. Keep that stance open. You gonna keep that stance open? I'm gonna come over there and tickle you now. Come on. He's just working them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you see plenty of hood niggas driving by just watching. Just
Right.
cars, hood niggas just driving by watching, right? Going back and forth all day. You know, he's like, yes, Venus. All right, yes, come on, bring it in. Good day today, girls. Good work. You know, he goes, Venus, who your best friend? She goes, you, daddy. She kisses him. Serena, who your best friend? And she goes, Venus. And then you, daddy. He goes, unbelievable. And he's like, give me a kiss, right? And then he goes, all right, y'all go ahead and pick up all the balls. And it's like a cart full of balls, like
Right.
500 balls. So they're running around picking them up.
Right.
You see right then, his other daughters are on the other. They just got their books out on the sideline.
Right.
One of the hood niggas comes up.
Yeah.
And he starts hollering at one of his daughters.
Right.
And he goes, hey, yo, Tundi, get your things, honey. Come on, get to the car. This is like the oldest sister at all of them.
Right.
Come get to the car now. The dude keeps talking to her like, yo, come on, but you know, what's up, little shot of shit, nigga? Like, I'm talking to you. Come on, fuck with me, you know? And the dad doesn't say anything. He's just staring. They go to leave. And the dude's like, Tundi. Richard, like, the guy keeps yelling, and Richard pauses, and then he walks over.
Right.
Pretty much the same walk Will Smith does at the Oscars.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not even kidding.
Right.
Pretty much the same walk. And he goes, young man, I done asked you a couple times now. That girl that's 16 years old, she's out here to work. Just leave her alone, please. All right? And the dude's like, nigga, I talk to whoever I want, dog. And he's like, please, leave these girls at peace, okay? And he starts walking away. And the dude's like, well, you think you better than us or some shit? Hey, nigga, I'm talking to you. You got something you want to say? And he said, what? And then Richard turns around and I said that we don't want no business. That we don't want no, we ain't interested and want no problems with you. All right? She ain't interested in that business. Bam! This nigga knocks him out, dog.
Damn.
The girls were watching from the car.
Damn.
Music cuts.
Damn.
Bam! Bro, they beat his ass. The girls in the car like, daddy! Right? And then the dude, after he gets done beating his ass, he goes, hey, yo, Tundi, this your daddy? Huh? And you see this nigga get up real slow. This is what got him the Oscar.
Yeah.
Super embarrassed. Walks back to the car. They drive home in silence. And then you just hear one girl, Daddy, you okay? He don't say anything. That shit nigga's like, you imagine watching your dad get his ass beat, bro? Visceral, nigga. And he looks back when they get to the house. Gets to the house and he goes, girls, when I was y'all's age, I fought every day. If it wasn't the Klan or the police or some white boy from the town over, someone was always beating on me. But I ain't had no daddy to stand in their way. This world, they don't respect Richard Williams, but they gonna respect y'all.
God damn.
Bruh.
God damn.
Told you gonna like this one, dog.
God damn.
told
What
you,
a
dog.
great line.
Bruh. So they get home and you know, police all in the neighborhood, like just hood shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
His neighbor talking shit. You know, you got them girls working too hard. He's just like, oh, you know. They get in. One of the girls in the meeting like, Daddy got beat up again, mama. The mom's eyes like, oh my God, right? She comes over and she's like, y'all work on your serve? They're like, yes, mama. She's like, good. And then the girls, they start doing girl stuff. They wash up. They're just having fun, you know?
Right.
And then she comes over to him. She's like, what happened? He's like, that same boy that be sniffing around Tunde. And she's like, well, give me this. And she puts ice on his face. He's like, all right, girls, I want you to finish your homework and go eat something and go to bed now. And then the mom's like, honey, something's got to change. This just isn't working. My nursing all day, you working all night, and then you coaching in between. And he goes, I don't want to hear about none of that. We got to stick to the plan. We got a plan. We got to stick to it. That's how this works. And then he goes, we got champions in that other room. And she goes, not like this. Not if we keep doing it like this. They need better surfaces. You know that. They need better everything. At a certain point, they have to level up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that is, And then he goes, no. And she goes, no. She said, what? They're going to keep getting better just playing you and your old busted feet? He goes, my feet's fine. He pauses. He's like, God, they was hurting today. She's like, I know. And she goes, Richard, I'm serious. He goes, I know. He closes the door. He hugs her. He goes, you're right. I know. Gives her a kiss, right? Then he goes, you should have, and he looks at her. He goes, you should have seen Venus today. And she goes, what? He goes, I don't know. Something clicked in her mind. She's ready. She's so ready for the next level. And the mom's like, I know, honey. I've been saying it. I agree. And he's like, you just got to trust me, baby. I'm going to get us help. And then Venus and Serena going to shake this world up. And he hears the girl singing in the other room, and he goes, but not as singers. They're terrible, right? And then they laugh. He's like, all right, I got to get to work. He gets dressed, and nigga puts his security outfit on. Bro, this nigga got the night shift, dog.
Damn.
They were playing tennis all day.
Damn.
Real dad, fool.
Damn.
He goes, and then as he goes to leave, he goes, all right, girls, I got to go to work, but who going to shake up this world? And they go, we going to shake up the world, daddy. He goes, all right. I was like, damn, that's how you got to talk. Like,
damn.
Bruh. And then he goes, oh, before I leave, he goes, oh, did y'all write in y'all's journals? And they go, yes, daddy. He goes, y'all wrote your plans down for tomorrow? And they go, yes, daddy. He goes, good. He goes, why? And they go, because if we don't plan, we plan to fail. He goes, that's right. We don't plan, we plan to fail. All right? You know, one day, someone going to hand y'all a check for $1 million, and y'all can buy all the beds you want. And then you look turn, and they're all in one bed, like pretty much. Like
okay.
It's like one bed, like two sharing like a little couch kind of bed,
right.
you know?
Right.
And then he goes, y'all be able to buy all the beds you want. And then Serena goes, just one check for $1 million, daddy? He goes, all right, maybe a couple $1 million checks. Bro, they ended up getting that shit.
Oh, bro, way more than $1 million. Way more.
And he goes, I promise y'all girls, it ain't always going to be like this. Y'all ain't always going to have to share a bed, I promise. All right, I love y'all. They're like, love you, daddy. He drives to his night job. Gets just a fucking just a security job. Just, you know what I mean? He's just sitting at a desk. He's got a gun. He cocks it, takes a seat. And this nigga is just, bruh, it's a long shot. Just him, pain. Just pain in his eyes, the pain of getting beat up earlier, the pain of working this shitty job. Right. You're tired, but you're just like, oh, you know what I mean? And then he breathes, and then he opens up his book bag and pulls out a bunch of tennis magazines and just starts reading.
Damn.
Bruh. Effort.
Damn.
Real effort, my nigga. I know Ehsan respects hard work, guys.
Damn.
If you're new to this.
That's impressive.
So we see him reading the coaches' names that he's finding out from like super pro coaches, and he's writing their names down. That's how he's finding out who to go. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So we see him, and he writes a guy named Vic's name down.
Right.
And you see clearly some dude that really must be real, like Vic something, right?
Right.
And we see him showing, it's an actor we recognize too. Like, remember the dad in the Transformers movies with Shia LaBeouf? Funny dad?
Yes.
Him.
Okay.
He's the guy, right? Okay. And he's like a famous coach. And we see him showing Vic this stuff. He's like coached all the biggest names, right?
Right.
And he's like, and it's a promo for the girls, and he's showing them the video. And the guy's like, you made this yourself? And he's like, I did. I sure did. And he goes, when the girls was young, I bought this camcorder, and I've been training them on it every other night. And I call it the media training. Wow, bro. And he goes, and the guy goes, that's industrious of you to think that far ahead. He goes, I'm a businessman, Vic. I got a plan now.
Damn.
They were, bro, and there's footage of this, Ehsan.
They're doing media training.
At like 5, 6. Shit. You think this is a game?
No, kind of.
That was fire. That was fire, nigga. That was fire. I can't even. That was a bar. That was really good. You got me. Yeah, but seriously, on the media training at that, like how genius is that of a call, right?
Yeah. That's wild. That's wild. So they're not afraid of cameras. They ain't afraid of no moment. That's nuts. Also to know that they have to know how to do this. Yeah.
they're going to be the first black girls to do this also. So they got to really know how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, so come on, I'm a businessman, Vic. This deal, it's going to be good for you. And he goes, that's a lot of stuff to do for free, my man. No one is going to take this offer that, your girls are just might make it. Tennis is a technical game. If you didn't grow up with it, it's like the violin. Hours a day, expensive instruction, just to hold it right. And even then, families with unlimited resources, they can't figure it out. Mm-hmm. The chances of mastery of success of this game from one kid, let alone two, it's like saying you're going to have the next 2 Mozarts in your house. Mm-hmm. You understand what you're saying? It's impossible. This game doesn't work like that. He said it's just highly unlikely. He goes, it's just my 2 cents. But hey, go prove me wrong. Mm-hmm. And he goes, all right, now I'm going to hold you to that.
Right.
And he walks out, right?
Okay.
So we see the girls practicing, and you see him just thinking. He's brainstorming.
Are they practicing on the bad court?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just going back and forth. Also, of course, they're going to get that good. They're playing against each other 24/7.
Yeah.
And they're 2 of the best players ever lit. You know what I mean? So you're
yeah.
like, yeah, they were going to get pretty goddamn good.
Yeah.
So he takes the girls to get burgers, and we see him praying together, and he makes them laugh. And he looks at the mom. He's like, I got to go. I got work to do. And the mom's like, what? He's like, I got to just go. And he's like, all right. And he looks at the girls like, y'all ride home with your mother now. And he goes, just bring my food home. And they're like, all right, bye, Daddy. He leaves. Mm-hmm. He goes to the court, just frustratingly hitting balls as hard as he can into the cage.
Right.
Just like, and when you're just like, how the fuck are we going to make this work? That kind of like,
right.
Just hitting the balls against just hitting them all night. Just hard. You know what I mean? And then a car pulls up behind, and it's the young nigga and his friends. Hey, yo, old nigga, where's Tunde at? And they come up. He don't say nothing. He keeps hitting the balls. Yo, nigga, where's Tunde, huh? And then somebody starts talking shit to him. And there's like, and one of them jumps at Richard, and Richard just like goes like this, and then he just goes to walk off. Mm. And he goes, yo, tell Tunde me and the homies might run a train on her later, bitch ass nigga. And he just turns around with the racket. What? Fucking hits him as hard as he can. They jump the shit out of him, bro.
Right.
They beat this ass like on some Shawshank Redemption shit.
Okay.
They are fucking him up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he puts a gun to his head. They're like, his friends like, smoke his ass, bro. Fuck him, bro. Smoke that nigga. And he's about to do it. He's like, man, don't nobody give a fuck about this old nigga. Bam! Knocks him out with the gun.
Damn.
He's knocked out. They throw the tennis balls on him like they throw the cart on him. Mm-hmm. So just the cart on him, tennis balls everywhere. All great shot, by the way.
Right.
Him knocked out bleeding on the tennis court.
Okay, Jesus.
Okay. We see him driving late night looking for him. He sees them at a corner store. He pulls up on him, parks in the corner. He watches and waits for them to leave the store. He grabs the gun. He walks toward the kid like the scene from Jesse and Breaking Bad.
Right.
You know where Jesse's walking toward those Mexican kids?
He has a gun.
He has a gun just like that. And he's walking towards him. He's about to shoot him. A car pulls by. Drive-by kills those guys.
Damn.
He's like, he turns around, just leaves.
Right.
And he just like, he gets home. He's cleaning up. He's looking at his wife. She's looking at him. She gets some ice and bandages, and he hugs her, and she holds him, and he just says like a joke or two to make her laugh, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I gotta take a shower." And this nigga just gets up and he leaves, and you just see the pain, bro. Like the abuse this man is taking is wild.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the next day they drive, they're practicing again. And then they go, well, they're going to practice again, and it's just Serena and Venus. Mm-hmm. And they're like, where are we practicing today, Daddy? He goes, oh, we practicing somewhere special today. They're passing mansions, just castles, right? They're like, Daddy, these are like castles. Oh, my God. He's like, yeah, it's a rich neighborhood, honey. And they're like, oh, we're going to have this house and this house. He's like, oh, huh? Y'all go ahead and tell me which house you're going to buy. And he goes, oh, we want this one, Daddy. And she's like, well, I'm going to get that one, Daddy. And he's like, oh, y'all going to have any house you want, the Beverly Hills, Hollywood Hills. Let me tell you something. You know why? Because y'all got a plan. And when you got a plan and you stick to it, the most dangerous, powerful creature on earth is a woman that can think, girls. Understand that. Just still in a minute, bro.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, now we're going to let these people see what y'all, huh? Let me see y'all's dangerous face now. And they're like, Arr. It's like, come on now, dangerous faces, girls. Arr. Right? And they get to, it's like, all right, that's what we're going to do. So they get there, they drive in, huge fancy place. They walk up, and he goes, girls. And they see some niggas playing on the court, right? In this fancy estate. He goes, girls, who's that? And the daughter goes, that's John McEnroe, Daddy. And he goes, who's that right there? And Serena goes, that's Pete Sampras, Daddy. Damn. Bruh. And he goes, let me tell you something, girls. One day, they gonna brag about this time right now where they met y'all.
Ooh.
Ehsan,
Ooh.
do you think this scene is true or not?
Oh man, already tearing up. Oh man,
I told you.
Fucking line, dude.
And this really happened, bro.
Ooh.
There's of Sampras and Macro saying when they met them.
Yeah.
This moment.
Damn.
You gotta talk to your kids like this.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to let them know, like, bro, anything is possible.
Right.
Anything. Because like, think about the kids also. If these girls, he's been making them study tennis. That's all they know.
Right.
So McEnroe and Sampras would be the likelihood. It's like meeting. It'd be like me and you as little kids, and we get to meet Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
And we're like, the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, it would make more sense if you meant like Rock and Chappelle, someone like in our world.
Oh yeah, I guess
Yeah. Because we're not. Hey, I don't know if you know this. We're not NBA basketball players, Deric. I know. It's hard. It's hard news to break to you on this podcast.
Then why do I have a game tonight at 7 p.m. on TNT?
Oh my, we've lost him, guys. We've lost him.
I just smacked me.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It would be like it was funny too because that still plays because even as kids, Rock and Chappelle were still.
So like, well, like, oh my God, that's Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. Yeah.
Before I got smacked like a bitch.
Yeah.
Before he got smacked up by the King Richard, baby. These references are crazy.
Girls, you gotta smack Chris Rock. You gotta believe in your heart that one day
you can smack the shit out of Pete Sampras.
Yeah.
She's like, what, daddy?
Alopecia.
So, so they go downstairs and you see the coach of Pete Sampras and McEnroe, right? They're like their coach. And McEnroe's going off, yada, yada, and they walk up and this dude named Mr. Cohen. That's the guy who coached McEnroe and Sampras.
Right.
All right? And a certain two girls.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're talking, of course they were going to be legends, bro.
Right.
So, Mr. Cohen, I'm Richard Williams. We spoke on the phone. He goes, I'm in the middle of practice, man. What can I do for you? I'm sorry. We just, we figured you was busy. We came to see you. I got two players that are here that I want you to coach. I got this Venus and my daughter Serena's. All right, it only take a moment, watch him hit a few balls, and he's like, "Look, man," he's like, "Look, I'm literally in the middle of something." He's like, "I'm sorry to interrupt," and then right then Pete McEnroe was like, "Yo, are we coaching? Like, are we playing or not?" And he's like, "Look, Pete," and he goes, "Oh, hey there, Mr. Pete. Hey, yo, Pete, sorry about that Wimbledon loss. I'm sorry about that. You played good, Mr. McEnroe. You really did." And Mac like starts walking off, and he goes, "All right, well, the McEnroe's gone." And he goes, "Sir, we're in the middle of practice." He goes, "Well, not anymore, because McEnroe, he right there. He gone." And he goes, "Mr. Sampras, do you mind if we hit a few balls? Well, you don't care, do you?" And Pete's like, he's like, "Mr. Sampras, come on, you don't mind, just a couple balls." Yeah, man, hit a couple balls. And then the coach is like, he was right. Finagled it, bro.
Yeah.
But you also to know, like, bro, if you watch these two girls, you're gonna be like,
something's happening. Something's up. Yeah,
something's up.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Mr. Sampras, you don't mind?" And he goes, "Yeah." Pete's like, "Yeah, of course, all right." And of course, also, if you're Pete and McEnroe, of course you remember this moment.
Yeah.
He interrupted practice.
Damn, I want to hear that. I want to go watch them talk about this.
So he goes, "Come on, let's go hit a few balls, girls." And the coach is like, "All right, come on, girls, let's do it." And then they're hitting, and he goes, he's like, "All right, show them the magic, girls, show them the magic." And the coach is like, "Tell me your names." And she goes, "I'm Venus, I'm Serena." He goes, "All right, my name's Paul." And then Richard goes, "Oh, no, he's not, girls. That's Mr. Cohen." And the guy goes, "Okay."
Yeah.
And he tells him, he's like, "All right, this is what we're going to do, yada, yada." And he's like, "I like to start like that too, Paul. That's good." And then Paul kind of looks at him again like already like, oh, Jesus
This guy has no idea what he's doing. Right now you think this is just a crazy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he starts hitting him with him, and they swing it back. He's like, "Ooh, good. Show him the magic. All right, power. Ooh, good, Venus. Power. That's it." And then he looks at Pete Sampras. He's like, "What you think, Pete?" And Pete's like, "They look good."
Yeah.
Right? He goes, "Oh, I know they good, Pete Sampras. I know they good." He goes, "Come on, girls. Pete Sampras looking at you. Come on now. Show him what you got now. He gonna steal your stuff." And he's like, "All right." And then the coach wraps up. He's like, "All right, great job, girls." He goes, "Serena, why don't you go ahead and get a water?" He goes, "Venus," because, Venus is older.
Yeah.
He goes, "Venus, you mind if you stay real quick and do one more drill for me?" And then she looks at her dad, and he's like, and she's like, "Okay." He's like, "All right, I want you to start in the middle." And now you can tell it's like, because with the girls at first, he was just hitting soft.
Right.
But with Venus, now he's like curious. You can see the actor, he switches, and he gets like serious, like how he was with beating them when you walk up, right?
Right.
And he goes, "All right, we're going to start you off in the middle, and I want you to go after every ball. And I don't want you to stop until we're done. You got it?" And she goes, "Let's go."
Okay.
He's like, "All right, bro." He's hitting them far off the court. She's hitting and recovering like it's nothing.
Oh fuck!
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Her recovery is so
watch
cool.
This movie when I go home.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah,
It's so good.
Yeah.
Her recovery is just, which is all tennis. You
Right.
have to be able to recover.
Right.
What you learn from playing pickleball.
Pickleball.
Just from pickleball, you go, oh, recovery is everything.
Covers everything. Yeah.
So he's watching her like, oh my God, this girl's one of the greatest girls to ever play. Like the coach, right? His eyes are lighting up. And he's like, that's right, show him the magic girl. There you go. And the coach is like, all right, come on, that's it. Hustle. And and he keeps hitting her with her, and he's like, good. Okay, both of you girls. All right, come here. So Serena and Venus run over to the coach, and he goes, all right, okay, girls, I need to know something from you. What do you want out of this? I know what your dad wants, but I want to know what you want. And Venus goes, I want to win Wimbledon more times than anyone else has ever done it. Mm-hmm. And he goes, you think you can do that? And she goes, I know I can.
Damn.
Son. And he goes, all right. What about you, Serena? Who on tour do you think you want? Who on tour do you think you want to play like? And she goes, I want them to play like me. Wow. Now, you remember I said that he always had a camera?
Right.
This moment's documented.
Oh shit.
This is real. This isn't, you know how this seems like TV lines?
Right.
Movie lines?
Yeah. Have you seen the real?
They show it at the end of the movie,
Oh, they
Ehsan.
show it all at the end of the movie?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
They do the end of the movie with the credits. You see all these scenes.
Oh fuck.
That's why I'm like, no, bro.
Oh,
That's why I'm like, well, we just watch you don't have to look it up, dog.
Oh,
just watch
fuck.
the movie.
Oh fuck. That's crazy.
This scene, because he has that camera with him.
Right.
So he's had a camera on them their whole life, bro.
Right.
They've been ready.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see her. They don't show the Venus line, but they show at the end of the movie they show the Serena, which is how you know the scene's real. They show the
Right.
Serena going, I want them to play like me.
Right.
And you're like,
Oh,
who is this 8-year-old? She's like 8 years old.
and you
dude.
believe her too, huh?
Oh, she says it like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's real.
She says it like, nigga, I'm that bitch.
Yeah,
What you mean?
yeah.
And the coach is like, wow. And he goes, I bet they will.
Damn. Damn. Good coach.
I mean, how many players you got talking like that at 8 years old,
Right.
11 years old?
Right.
you know?
Right.
And he goes, all right, go pick them up, girls. And then they run, they go pick up the balls, right? He goes, hustle, right? And he looks over at Richard. He goes, you taught them this? He goes, yep, me and my wife. What you think? And the coach pauses and kind of smiles.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, we got something.
Yeah.
So they get home, and you see Richard get home with the girls, and they look all kind of sad, and they're watching the house, and the mom and the other sisters are like, oh, again? And they go, we got a coach. And everyone's like, ah!
Yeah.
And then they go, we got Pete Sampras' coach. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
At that time in tennis, you're like, we got
that's
Michael
the GOAT.
Jordan's coach.
That's the GOAT's coach. Yeah.
Like, oh, we got Phil Jackson. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, he's McEnroe's coach, too.
Yeah.
Pretty good track record.
Yeah.
So, and they go, and then the mom grabs the husband. She's like, he's going to do it for free? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, keep celebrating, girls. And he walks over to the mom on the side, and he goes, he can't do 2 for free. And she goes, what? He said, he's only going to teach Venus. He don't want Serena. She's younger.
Yeah.
In this bro. Also, I love the Serena story is different than Venus's story.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
her struggles were different.
Yeah. It's you know what it's like. It's almost like
What?
the field of dreams. The younger sister has to overcome.
You got to overcome.
Yeah.
Not
Not Field of
League of
Dreams,
League of Their Own.
League of Their Own, yeah.
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Exactly like that. Because you haven't seen Field of Dreams, right?
No, I haven't.
I was gonna say, I thought that was on your list. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
that's
haven't
another. Hassan's got certain sports movies that I'm saving for him just because I really want him to fucking cry out his butthole.
Oh God.
So he goes, can't do 2 for free. You know, and I was like, "What?" She goes, "You tell Serena yet?" And he goes, "No, you want to tell her?" And they look over, and she's so happy and all this, and he's like, "Oh, fuck," you know. Cut to, she's sad as fuck as Venus is going to practice,
Right.
and she's like, "I want to go with you," and she's like, "The other little girls like, the little girls are great, by the way.
Right.
They look just like him.
Well, they're being protected by Will Smith.
They don't even have to act.
They don't know the act because all this protection is making them good.
The protection of Scientology. What?
Yeah.
Who said that last part? I know it did.
Yeah, no one did. Thetans.
So she's all sad. She's like, I want to go with you. And she's like, I know. I want you to as well. But she goes, Daddy promised that he's going to record it all and we'll watch it when we get home together. Mm-hmm. Cool sister, by the way.
Right.
And Serena's so mad, obviously. Mm-hmm. And then she leaves and she's like, the dad, Richard, the dad goes, all right, we leaving, Serena. And she's like, oh. She goes, you going to practice with your mom today. Don't worry. And she's like, I don't want to practice with mom. She hits slices. He goes, hey, that's good. You got to be prepared for everything.
Right.
Which is true.
Oh, she got slice training.
She did. Also, I love that the mom, she's like, oh, the mom hits different. Like, it's an annoying, and it's like, it bothers you. It's like, oh, that means you should play against mom more.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, give daddy a kiss. And he goes, all right. And then she's like, he goes, no, don't put nothing mean on my face, which I like that line. I was like, that's a good line.
That's a good line.
That's a good line to say as a dad. Like, hey, come on, don't put nothing mean on my face.
Yeah.
And then she's like, she smiles, she gives him a kiss. He's like, daddy, love you. All right. And then I love this. The whole movie, he calls Venus Junior.
Interesting.
I'm assuming they don't say, but I'm assuming he must have looked at her like his you know what I mean?
Right.
Because he calls Serena the whole movie, he calls her Meek.
Okay.
And everyone does, the whole family.
Okay.
But they all call Venus Junior.
Okay.
So that was interesting in the film. Like, oh, because they're all girls.
Right.
But I was like, oh, he must have looked at her like, oh, this is like my little me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So the mom walks up and she's like, oh, what you all mad for? You're not left out. You know, come on, we're going to go be great today. And she goes, what do you mean? She goes, what, you coming with me? We got work to do. I ain't raised no poop butt. Come on, girl. And she's like, oh, right? And then they get up. So we see Venus at practice, and he's telling her, like, the coach is on her ass, bro. He's, like, telling her, like, yo, you're going to learn this board. You're going to learn this tennis board like a chess board, because that's what it is. There are 238 shots on this board, and you will perfect all of them, Venus.
Damn.
Fire, bro.
Damn.
Right? And then we see the sister in the hood doing the same drills, but with the mom.
So they're just watching the drills that he's doing and then giving it to Serena. Bro.
And the mom's doing it because she knows how to play tennis too.
Yeah, bro. Fire.
Teamwork, bro.
Yeah,
Makes the fucking dream work.
Right.
So the coach back on Venus, you know, and you see Richard keeps telling her, keep the stands open. And the coach is like, Richard, please stop. And then he hit it to her, and then she'd miss, and he's like, blame your dad. Your fucking stance is open, right?
Yeah.
They're going, that's like already starting to be a problem. Right. You see Serena working on her serve like crazy with her mom. Her serve's getting really good.
Right.
Okay. Richard, coach her from the side. Coach is like, yo, focus on me. You know, he's like, hey, all right, Venus, you're a killer machine. You're an attack dog. You bite. You know, come on. You know, like you kill, right? And then you see Richard trying to record. She's smashing it. And Richard's like taking credit for everything that she does good and kind of getting mad at him for everything she does bad. And he's like, you see, it's just like the back and forth of like a dad not letting go.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Back to Serena getting it with her mom. Back to Richard interrupting. And he literally stops practice at one point, and he's like, Junior, come here. And he's like, Richard. He's like, baby, you got to keep your stance open now, you know? He's like, Richard, what are you doing? He's like, I'm talking to my daughter. I'm trying to fix her stance. And he goes, I'm trying to fix her stance. She's keeping it open. She needs to keep it closed. All the greats, you keep it closed, you hit through your stance, power. That's how you get power. And he goes, well, I don't think, you know, he goes, well, I don't think, you know, maybe you're not the smartest person in the world, coach. You know, is it possible you don't know every single thing? And he's like, Richard, he's like, I'm just saying it don't make no sense, Paul. How's she going to get back? How's she going to hit it with power like this when she can hit it with more power? Like, and they're just going back and forth. Like, he thinks her stance needs to be open. Right. You know, which is
wild.
He was right.
He was right? Damn.
She's open stance.
Damn. Damn.
She's won 5 championships. She knows what the fuck she's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 Wimbledon. You know what I mean? 5 Wimbledon. So
Venus has won 5?
5.
Venus has won 5?
Oh, don't worry, we'll get there.
Okay.
It's all at the end of the movie.
You're right.
I told you, brother.
You're right.
I'm not guessing any of these stats.
Fair.
Also, you remember in the beginning when she said, what was her goal?
To win the most Wimbledons. Damn. God damn.
Did you not listen to the writing of the movie?
Yeah, God damn.
So, you know, and so they keep arguing, you know, I keep forgetting you know everything, coach. You know, like, how about you just hit some open? Is that okay? Keep that stance open, Junior. That's all. So they're going back and forth.
Right.
Cut to the next day, the coach is showing them tape of Capriati, who was a famous tennis player. And at the time, she was number one and the biggest she was like 15 or 16, and she blew up. She was like the youngest person to do it. Right. You know what I mean? Like that anyone had ever heard of, right? Right. And they see her coach, who we recognize. He'll come back later. Okay. And you see she's like the youngest pro ever to be ranked top 10. All these accolades, right? Right. She beat Steffi Graf, yada, yada, yada. When she first did juniors, she signed a $2 million contract. Goddamn. When she did juniors. You know what I mean? Goddamn. He was like, so that's what we want to do with you. We're going to get you to play juniors. And Venus smiles real big. And Richard's like, oh, we can play some juniors. Like when he hears the $2 million. You know what I mean? Right. So we see them cut to they're finally at a tournament. Mm-hmm. Everyone's staring at them because they're the only black people there. Right. And they're a huge black family. Right. And he's like, no, they're like, Daddy, they're staring at us. He's like, no, they just ain't never seen such good looking people. That's all. Great line. So, him and Venus, they walk off. And he tells him, Venus, you focus on that ball today. You're Venus Williams. And you're going to win Wimbledon one day. You understand me? She goes, yes, Daddy. He goes, all right. He said, let me tell you something. All these girls, one day, they ain't going to want to see your name when it's on that board.
Damn.
All right? She goes, I got this, Daddy. He goes, I love you. Come on now. She goes, I love you too. She walks onto the court, right? She looks over at the white girl. The white girl rolls her eyes at her.
Right.
All right? Which is like, damn, I bet she did have to deal with shit like that all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't imagine.
Absolutely.
She was the first to, because her sister came after her at least.
Right.
So she didn't do it too, but it adds a.
But adds a, this is a Williams sister though.
Yeah.
We already know this Venus is like, so what's
it was because Venus was the first one. So, but for Venus, you're like, the fuck is this black girl? Why is she here?
Right.
So you see the parents sitting on both sides. They start playing best of 3 sets. And you keep your own score and you call your own foul lines. Like that's what the judge says.
Okay.
The person, right? And so they give them 3 balls and they're like, good luck. And then the girl goes up or down, which is really cool. This is their version of coin toss in tennis. I didn't know this.
Right.
So the young girl looks at Venus. She goes up or down, and Venus goes up, I guess. And then they flip the racket, and it lands. And when they grab it, she holds it up, and whichever side the logo's up. Yeah, I didn't. Did you know that?
Now that he says, like, I think I've known this.
I didn't know that. I was like, oh, that's a cool. I was like, oh, that's a genius way to do their version of a coin toss.
Right.
Like really smart, right? And she's like, all right, you can serve. He's like, all right, come on, Venus. She hits the serve. She misses it. She's like really nervous, right? And the dad for the white girl goes, she's nervous. Scoot up, honey. And she's like, all right. And then he looks at her. Richard looks at him, and he's like, just have fun, Venus. That's what we out here for. We having fun, remember? She serves again. Bam. Kills it, right? Like the girl can't hit it. Right. And he's like, good job, Venus. Huh? And he looks over at the dad. He's like, maybe your daughter should move back, don't you think? Right? So the other girls, she starts kicking their ass.
Right.
But this is something she's noticing. And this is a really subtle racist thing. It's like, wow. And it's like, I bet you did see this all the time. Every time she wins, so she's a montage of her kicking all these girls' asses.
Right.
But every time she wins, the girls go crazy. Right. Fuck! God damn it! Throwing their rackets. Ah!
Yeah.
Because they can't believe they're losing.
To a black girl.
And she's a kid. She's
Right.
younger than you.
Oh, she's a kid too. Everyone is an adult?
Everyone's not an adult, but just older than her.
Okay.
A little older than her. She's like 2 or 3 years younger than everybody.
Okay, well, in kid terms, that's huge.
And she's kicking your ass.
Right.
And she's black.
Right.
So, but it's like, I like that was the racism that she was getting, because it's like, oh, no, it's like, oh, that's not a big deal. It's not nobody calling you nigger or anything. It's like, no, but it's just like, when the white girls lose to other white girls, they shake each other's hands.
Right.
But when they lose to me, they throw their rackets and they fucking kick all the balls over, and like
Right.
every single game. Girls are losing their mind. And the parents also are like freaking out
Right.
and yelling at the daughters. It's like crazy shit. And you see Richard he's just watching it all.
Right.
Okay? But Venus isn't saying anything because she's kicking everybody. She's winning.
She's winning, yeah.
But people don't want to shake her hand.
Yeah.
Like, she's noticing that.
Right.
Like, that's hurting her feelings, but she's like, whatever.
Whatever.
She's got the trophy at the end of all these fucking tournaments.
Yeah.
Finally, like, she's kicking some girl's ass, and the girl, like, how they call their own fouls?
Yeah.
A girl calls a foul that clearly wasn't.
Okay.
And Venus is, like, kind of shook. And then she's like, what? And she looks at her dad, and Richard's like, it's okay, Julia. It's okay. Do what you do. And then the mom's like, they're cheating. She's like, it's all right. It's okay. And then he looks at the dad who told her to call it, and he goes, watch this one. And Venus now she's pissed.
Yeah.
Just knocks the fucking leather off this motherfucking ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whack! And the girl's dad's so mad. And then she comes up, Venus goes over to shake her hand, like come to shake my hand. And she gives her one of these, like.
Okay.
And Venus is like, and she's mad as shit. And the dad goes, it's okay. Richard, I love this. He goes, it's okay. It's our first taste of adversity. That's all.
Damn.
I loved that line of like,
damn,
because that's true. Just like, hey, that's all that was.
And it's gonna keep happening. So you gotta be okay with it.
This is our first little taste.
Yeah.
That was all that was.
Yeah.
Loved that line.
Yeah.
Loved that. So you see like cuts of more games, and you see he doesn't really look at the court when he's watching. He like looks another way and is listening. And the mom's like, you ain't watching, you missing it. He goes, I can hear everything with the sound of that ball. No, he goes, I can see everything with the sound of that ball.
Damn,
right? And you see Venus killing it, kills another white girl, right? At another tournament, she's up 40-15. She tears this white girl up easy. The other white girl's like really nice to her though. She shakes hands. They take pictures together. The girl's really nice. Shows sportsmanship. Mm-hmm. Richard tells her like, hey, to the white girl, he's like nice back to her too. He's like, hey, you did a great job, honey. You did a really great job. That was a great game.
Wait, who said that to?
Richard says it to the white girl because the white girl was like being really nice to Venus. Like, hey, great job. Oh my God, you're really good. Like, just being like a normal human being.
A normal person,
yeah. And then the girls get in the car and they're all celebrating. They're happy, right? And they're singing a song in the back like, she won another one. She kicked your butt, yada, yada, right?
Yeah.
And then they go, V, were you nervous? That girl looked like she was 18. And she was like, oh, I wasn't nervous. I still whooped her, right? And then they laughed. And then Richard goes, all right, girls, that's enough. No more tennis talk. Stop all that bragging. And then one of the other daughters goes, it's the truth, Dad. You know? And he goes, yeah, I said what I said. Stop all that bragging now. Just be happy. Junior won. The other girl lost. They both did their best. That's it. Just like, you know, and then they're kind of quiet. And then another girl cracks another joke of like, if that was so it, they would have beat Venus, right? And all the girls laugh. He goes, okay, big shots. He pulls the car over. He hands them a $5, and he goes, all right, go get some soda. They all get out the car. They go to get soda. He waits a second. This nigga drives off. Adversity, baby. What builds character, Ehsan?
Yeah, Jesus.
You remember these life, hey, but you know what you'll do?
Right.
Remember these life lessons.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, I guess I shouldn't brag after I win.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
The mom's like, where you going? He's like, they was doing all that bragging. He's like, now they can brag about how they walked their ass 3 miles home. He's like, you can't leave them girls like that. They girls. He's like, stop, huh? She's like, honey, you can't leave them on the streets. And she makes him pull over, right? He goes, look, all right, look at me. She's like, you go back and get my girls. He goes, no, the match is over. No more tennis. No more tennis talk. He's like, when matches are over, they can't. I don't want to hear another word about tennis in this house. He's like, they can talk about dinosaurs. They can talk about space. They can talk about whatever they want. But I don't want to hear no tennis talk when the match is over. And then right then, they're pulled over like far down the street. The girls come out and they see it. So they all start sprinting after the car. Right? And then he goes, you ain't leaving my girls. And he goes, all right. And they get back in and they go, you know, Daddy, was you finna leave us? And he goes, I sure was. And they go, Daddy.
That's funny.
Right? And they get to the house. He goes, family meeting. We're going to watch something and we're gonna learn something today. And he puts the tape in and they're all like, And then it's Cinderella, the classic one.
Right.
And all the girls are like, fuck yeah. Like, oh, we thought we were going to watch like some tennis shit, you know?
Right.
So they get all excited and they strap in. The movie starts. Even Richard, he's smiling. They watch the whole movie. Finishes. They all clap.
Right.
And he's like, girls, did you guys enjoy it? He goes, yeah, Daddy. He goes, all right, what'd you learn? And then the one girl goes, to be polite. He goes, all right, that's good, to be polite. He goes, what'd you learn? And then another girl goes, to be brave. He goes, what do you mean to be brave? Explain, honey. And she goes, well, you got to be brave to ride in a pumpkin. And all the other little girls laugh. He goes, go to your room. And she's like, Daddy. He goes, no, you fooling. I'm being serious. Go to your room. She's like, oh, go. And she leaves. He goes, all right, Junior. And Venus is like, never stop dreaming. He goes, that's a real good answer. And Meek and Serena's like, always remember your shoes? And he goes, all right, that's good. But everybody got it wrong, so we watching the movie again. And they're like, no, Daddy, no. He's like, no, y'all ain't listening. Y'all just complaining, you know, and y'all ain't answering the questions. And they go, no. And then the mom goes, honey, they got to go to bed. Stop. Like, what? Come on, just say it. And he goes, all right, well, the point of this movie is that she was humble. No matter how much they disrespected her, no matter how much them people was mean to her, she stayed calm. She kept her heart clean, and she was humble. Now, when we out on that tennis court, we going to compete out there. But we going to stay humble, or we not going to do it at all. Y'all understand that?
Damn.
And they go, yes, Daddy. He goes, all right, now y'all go ahead upstairs and y'all go with yourselves. They leave, right? Cut to the next day. It's raining outside, right? And they're outside training. And he goes, all right, girls, these balls is wet. And it's raining hard, too, like storming.
Right.
He's like, they heavy. So don't you let it bounce on the floor. It ain't going to bounce right. You got to take it right out the air now and smash it. All right, girls, here we go. And the girls are loving it, bro.
Damn.
Practicing the ranges. Good, that's right. Power, girl. Good. Like, bro, they're just running and catching balls. Good, midair and smashing them back.
Right.
And it's like hours, bro, in the rain. Right? They get home. The police are there. Like, what the fuck? And then, you know, they get inside. He goes,
What?
Hold on.
Okay. So the police are there.
Oh, okay, hold on. No, I skipped this thing. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So they're smashing in the rain, right? And then right then, another, like a hood car pulls up with a bunch of niggas.
Right.
Okay? As they're like, so they finish practice, they finish practice, they're going to leave. Another, you know, a bunch of group full of niggas, like a different group of niggas though.
Okay.
Obviously. The other ones got,
yeah.
They pull up and he grabs his girls and puts them behind him. And the nigga goes, hey, yo, I just want to say I see what y'all doing out here every night. We got y'all.
Damn.
Drives off.
Damn. I knew that was gonna happen eventually.
Because at some point, you a hood nigga, not you like.
Oh, they're trying to do something,
And they're good.
and they're good. Yeah.
Because you know, at this point, you've heard about Venus is a thing now.
Right.
She's a thing. She's like a child phenom thing.
Right.
So yeah, you like.
Oh.
And they're practicing in Compton every day, so you see them every night.
Right.
Yeah, you like. Yeah, at some point, because that had to be true them too. At some point, they had to meet some. Like,
They had to be
niggas
something like,
who
we
are
gotta make sure they get out of here.
like, yo, you can't fuck with these girls.
Yeah.
You cannot fuck with them.
Yeah,
Off
yeah.
limits.
Yeah.
So, Richard, they get home that night. The police are there.
Right.
Okay. And he's like, "What's going on? Everybody okay?" And then he's like, and then they go, "We got a call that you were being rough with your girls." He goes, "A call from who?" And the police are like, "We can't say." And he looks around. He's like, "Well, go ahead, check the cupboards, check the bed, check them for monsters." And then you see the Social Security lady, the Social Service lady, and she goes, "It's a little wet to be practicing, don't you think? Isn't it a school night?" And then the mom goes, "All of them are first in their class.
Mm-hmm.
All of them." And then right there, Richard goes, "Girls, spell civilization," and they all spell it.
Yeah.
Right? And he goes, "This is unnecessary." Right? You checking on my kids. He goes, "We got futures doctors and lawyers in this house, and also a couple tennis stars." I love that it was doctors, lawyers, and also some tennis stars.
Yeah.
He goes, "Well, don't you think?" She goes, "Well, don't you think you're being a little hard on these kids?" And he goes, "We are being hard on these kids. That's our job, to keep them off them streets. You want to arrest us for that? Fine." But he's like, "But what you're not gonna say is that they out there running around being hoodlums or some other things.
Damn.
Like, you gonna arrest us for working them?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're in fucking Compton, bitch.
Yeah. Come on. What's going on?
You know?" He goes, "You need to arrest them other parents at them tennis matches. That's who you need to get arrested, the way they're behaving out there in front of their children." Just right.
Yeah.
You know? And then the police and them leave, yada, yada. Then when the police leave, the mom looks across the street and she sees the neighbor watching, and she goes, "I'll be right back."
Right.
The mom walks over, doo. The lady opens the door. She goes, "Hey, Betty, you know I've never been over here, and that's a shame. I know you know it's hard to raise a daughter. I know you got one. I have 5. 5, Betty. So don't make me come back over here." And she walks back. In the rain,
The
too.
mom is
In the
fucking
rain.
badass.
Oh, I like how she was like, "I got this one.
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah,
Let's end this now."
Yeah.
You called the police?
Right.
Because I've been practicing in the rain?
That's jealousy.
Also, awesome, which is like, man, I wonder how much like all this they actually did have to deal with.
That's
Like
jealousy.
certain things like that, you know,
Yeah.
but that's for sure jealousy. Yeah, you're right. So they get Venus to this next tournament, and they're a little late, so they're hurrying in, yada, yada, right? And they rush off. Serena waits and signs up for the 10 and under.
Okay.
Like, she signs her own name, and they put her on the court 9, right?
Right.
So you see Venus killing it, yada, yada. Someone comes up to Richard and is like, "Man, your daughter looking good out there today." And he's like, "I think she's a little tight today. She's playing a little tight." And he goes, "No, not her, the little one." He's like,
Yeah.
"What?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You didn't tell nobody you had two superstars." And the guy walks off.
Right.
And he walks over, and you see him. He's got a toothpick in his mouth. He walks over to the other court. Serena is whooping some older girl's ass. Nigga.
Right.
Just whooping her ass. And she's way younger.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then the mom walks over, and she's like acting like she's confused. And then the dad's kind of mad. And he's like, "No, we're going to let her finish." She smashes another ball, and she wins. She's like, "Come on!" Like, you see, she's like Serena. Like, you know,
Right.
Serena's way more intense than Venus.
Yes.
So you see it already. She's like, "Ah!" Like at the net like that, right?
Right.
And she turns, and she sees her dad, and she's like, and he's like, "What you doing?" And she runs over. She doesn't say anything. And he smiles. He's like, "Well, you done started it. Go on ahead and finish." He goes, "But just have fun out there." And she's like, "Yes, Daddy." And you see the mom's all smiling. And he goes, "You knew about this, didn't you?" And she goes, "What? No."
Yeah.
Right? So they both leave with trophies.
Hilarious.
Fire, bro.
Hilarious.
And but they're writing about, but as they're leaving with trophies, when they leave, they the next day they wrote about Venus in the paper.
Right.
Like front page, like she's getting written about now.
Right.
That she's this phenom, yada yada, out of Compton, right? As they're reading, you see the news playing on the background. It's the same day Rodney King got beat.
Damn.
Okay,
Oh, and they're in Compton.
they're in Compton. So right there you go, Daddy, phone for you. And they're like, oh, it's an agent on the phone about representation.
Right.
So cut to, we see Nancy Reagan at this really fancy tennis club. Nancy Reagan.
Right.
The Nancy Reagan.
Yes.
And she's
Throat
doing.
herself.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And she's doing the Just Say No speech at a tennis court.
Right.
All right. And she takes a pic with Venus and Serena.
Damn.
This is real.
Damn, that's crazy.
You all right? And then you see the coach, the Paul dude, he goes, wow. And he looks at Richard. He goes, they're taking a picture with the president's wife. You made that happen. And Richard just kind of smiles. Like, damn, bro.
He had a plan.
He said, y'all gonna respect them.
Yeah.
And it's the fucking president's wife wanting a picture with them.
Right, that's nuts.
So right then you see these two rich agents walk up and they're coming to talk to Richard. And they're like, how's it going, Richard? My name's John. This is somebody else. And they're like, yo, we want to take Venus to the next level. We appreciate, everything you've done for the, for yada, yada. And, they say how, like, they keep telling him how incredible job he did. Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, the girl wins, your girl, can do this and that. And then he says again how, like, man, you just, what you did with these girls, with your circumstances is so incredible. And then Richard goes, hold on now. That's the second time you done said that word. Why is it so incredible? He goes, oh, just because, with your resources. And then Paul tries to answer. And he goes, Richard, I think what he means to say, but he goes, no. He's a full-grown man. Is that not a full-grown man? He can't speak for himself? You said it's so goddamn incredible what we did. I want to know what's so goddamn incredible. And he goes, well, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make no offense, yada, yada. I'm just saying with your background. He goes, my background, you mean my race? He goes, that's a little black girl. This is an all-white sport. I know. That's why we picked it. She's going to be my ghetto Cinderella. Did you know that? My little Tinderella or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, the guy goes, look, that's why we're here, Mr. Richard. All right? She can open doors and get us a new audience that we've never had. Okay? We're talking whatever you need. We're going to give her whatever you need. Shoes, rackets, whatever it takes. And he goes, wait, so you'll get her whatever you need and you coming at me with shoes and rackets? Because he say no money.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, Richard, can I be frank? And Richard goes, you can be whoever you want to be, sir. And he goes, Venus needs exposure, okay? And to get exposure, the kind of exposure she's going to need, that's like $100,000 a year easy. But the kind of money she's going to make, she can make like $3 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and it's going to cost money to make money type shit.
Right.
He goes, but that's what we do. So you let us handle that. It's a sure thing. And you don't want to risk a sure thing, do you, Richard? And Richard just goes, like for real.
Right.
To actually farts.
Yeah.
Right? And he goes, I'm going to go get in the pool. See y'all boys later. And he leaves, right?
That's funny.
He walks up. The girls are eating. He goes, girl, where y'all get this food from? And they go, it's free. It's on our tab. They gave us a tab. He goes, what? Girls, put that food down. They go, but daddy, someone's paying for it. He goes, get up. And they start walking off. He goes, girls, don't you ever, ever take anything from anyone for free. Everything in these places like this got hooks in them. Gee, that's a lot. That's a bar, dog.
Right.
Because you are in those. It's like, bro, if it's free like that, they gonna get something out your ass.
Yeah. Nothing's ever free.
Nothing is free.
That's what we learned. Remember with Brendan on the road.
Tell him.
Brendan always would tell us when people would offer him free stuff, he'd be like, nothing's ever free.
Because sometimes he would never want to do it. He never would want to do it. But every once in a while, someone would be so nice and we'd already be there, and it's like, he'd say yes. And the moment he'd say yes, he'd have to literally go tap dance and like fuck 4 people.
Yeah, or like, you know
He'd
what
have to
I mean?
like fuck 4 guys
Yeah.
and put his dick in a brisket and take a picture of it.
Yeah. They're it's crazy because it's like you have to pay. I remember just this one time we went to this like barbecue place, and it's like, oh, he has to pay for this with his time, and he has to meet everybody and all their friends that show. He has to meet everybody.
Single person.
Yeah, nothing is free.
Nothing is free, bro.
Wow.
With Schultze, that happened, man. Just be like a guy was offering us all this free stuff in Toronto, and then the guy was just a dick. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And Schultz was being so nice and had to just do all this stuff for him, and the guy was just being an asshole. And then finally, Schultz just like such a G was like, he stopped doing it,
right?
Because the guy said some wild shit to him. The guy said something to him like, "Oh, you're like my hooker now." He's like, like while he's taking pictures with him, he goes, "It's like you're one of my hookers for the night. I got you doing everything for me." And Schultz said, "I'm good." And then he walked off, and the guy was like, "Yo, come on, you gotta meet. You said you'd meet like some more of my friends." And he was like, "Hey, man, I'll just pay." And the guy got but I get it, and it shows him something like mad, not just at the situation, because he was like, oh, why did I even let myself? Because especially when you can't afford it, like those guys, when they're so rich,
right.
You're like, that's the worst part about it being free, because you're like, bro, I can pay.
Right.
It is not a big deal.
Right.
And then now you're in the situation where you like if you say, "Oh, bro, let me just pay," they're now offended.
Right.
Even though it's like, "But bro, you were being offensive."
Right.
Oh,
right.
It's the whole thing.
Right. Yeah. Nothing's ever free.
Ever, dude.
People expect things from you if you take free stuff.
There's hooks.
Yeah. There's hooks.
There's literally. I mean, he's right. It's like a fish. It's bait. That's all it is.
All right.
So, you see Paul come to visit them at the house, right? The coach,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Yo, so what are we not doing this, huh?" And then Richard goes, "No, we're not doing this. No agents, none of that. No, we're not gonna do no juniors, none of that. The juniors to get to championship and all that.
Right.
Like that the homegirl Capriata got paid like $3 million for.
Yeah.
Like we're not doing that." And he goes, "What are you talking about? Venus is 63-0 right now.
Right.
You don't pull her out on a run like that,
Jesus.
right? You'll ruin her." And he goes, "No." He goes, "No, that junior circuit is worse than the ghetto. I don't want, kids getting cracked up out there, parents losing their mind." And he goes, "What are you talking about? Your daughter's fine. She knows how to handle it. They're talking nationals. We're talking internationals. We're talking her matches that will make her a turn pro immediately." And he goes, "No, I ain't going to be none of that. We ain't doing none of that." He's like, "Then she won't turn pro. How are you going to afford her training?" He's like, "No, don't you worry about her training. We'll figure it out. We'll keep training her." He's like, "Richard, don't do this. Every American player ever that's been worth anything has done this path. And all the legends, Sampras, McEnroe, like all the GOATs,
Right.
all did this. You cannot, this is the college football." You know what I mean? That's basically
Right.
what you're saying is like,
Right.
she's not going to play, we're not going to play college football. We'll just do high school and then take 4 years off and turn pro.
Right.
This is really her story,
Right.
by the way.
Damn.
And he's like telling him this shit. And he's like, "Let me tell you something, bro." He's like, "This is a small window and you can't miss it." He goes, "Everyone keeps saying that. This is a small window. This is a small window. Let me tell you something. People look like us. When we go through windows, we tend to get shot. So we gonna pause and wait for the right time. And then we just gonna walk through the front door."
Damn. This guy's a poet.
Genius, bro.
Yeah.
That's why they made a movie about him.
Yeah.
I get it, because I'm sure his daughters were like, "Yeah, bro, I mean, he literally, there's a 70-page plan that you can just read."
Right.
So, he goes, "Richard, I know you're mad this person insulted you, yada, yada, but you're the most stubborn person I ever met. And I coach fucking John McEnroe." He goes, "Look, Paul, we appreciate you, but this is done. We no longer require your services."
Damn.
They're firing Pete Sampras and John McEnroe's coach.
Damn.
Right? And he goes, "Richard, no coach will take them for free, especially if you're not going to do juniors." And then he goes, "I don't know, Paul. You did." And Paul smiles. And he goes, "And I think you're a pretty good coach, Paul." He's like, got him too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, "Bro, you did."
Yeah.
What do you mean? You saw him and immediately was like, "I'll risk everything for this."
Yeah.
Because people, it's like, oh, if you got legit champions like this,
Yeah.
oh, you'll think some other rich fuck will be like, "Fuck it, I'll pay it.
Yeah.
I'll pay the upfront for the back
champion.
end."
Yeah.
Because the back end is
Huge.
I mean, look what it was.
Yeah. Yeah,
We're
the
talking
goats.
almost billions.
Bad.
How many- also, and that's not including their endorsement money.
Yeah, not including that. And now the fact that Serena's married to a billionaire on top of that. So it's like, yeah.
And it ain't like Venus is hurting.
No, Venus is doing fine.
So
You know what else is doing fine? Venus's tits.
yeah, they're doing pretty goddamn swell, baby.
Yeah.
That was me sucking the milk out of those things. He goes, "We appreciate you, Paul. We'll keep you in our prayers," right? Mm-hmm. He goes to leave. Paul, I love this. And he looks back at Venus. He goes, "Hey, Venus, see you at Wimbledon, kid."
Damn.
And she smiles. She's like, "Bye, Paul."
Damn.
He knew. Also, I love that he even knew, like,
Yeah,
yeah, this
exactly.
little kid, this kid comes around once in a lifetime, nigga. I'm not an idiot.
She ain't fucking around.
Like, no matter how crazy your dad is,
Yeah.
if she keeps getting better, then
Yeah,
I'll
Wimbledon.
see her at Wimbledon.
Right.
So you see right then when he leaves, the mom gets mad. She goes, "Are we a team?" And he goes, "Yeah, we a family." She goes, "Are we a team?" He goes, "Yeah, what kind of team? What team ain't a family?" She goes, "Well, she goes, "I don't want you to mistake my silence during that happening for my agreement. You need to run this shit by me. Don't you ever do that again. And the next time you do, I won't be quiet. I am going to say something out loud. Don't you ever make a fool out of me." And he's like, "What? Ain't nobody make a fool out of you." She walks off, right? But she's so hot.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to like, "Yo, I can't believe you know."
Yeah.
So cut to, we see our other lead in this, unbelievable actor, John Barenthal, the Punisher.
Punisher. Yeah.
This guy's great.
Okay.
He plays the actual coach of Venus and Serena, like their
Okay.
real life coach,
Okay.
who's this legendary guy named tennis guy named Rick Macy.
Okay.
Okay. And apparently, because also he's like a super high energy guy.
Right.
And apparently, like, because just from reading about the movie, he nails the impression.
Okay.
Like, just like one of those kind of guys, right? So they're like, hey, yo, Rick, some father in California on the phone for you. Says he has 2 best daughters in the state. And then Rick's like, yeah, they're so great. How come I've never heard of them? And he's practicing with these other girls. And he's like, well, they're from Compton. And he's like, huh. And he runs up. And he's like, yeah, this is Rick Macy. Cut 2, you see him flying and land. He comes to visit the house, right, in Compton.
Right.
And he comes, he's like, girls, he's here. How's it going, sir? I'm Richard Williams. This is my wife. These are the kids, our family. We thank you for coming. And you want to go ahead down to the club? We know you're a busy man. He's like, yeah, let's get to it, right? They hop in the van. And he goes, all right. He turns around. He's like, which one is which? And then Richard goes, all right, the big one is Venus. The little one's Serena. He's like, all right, that's easy enough for me to remember. Let's get to work, right? And he goes, and he rolls down the window and he goes, we got Rick Macy in Compton. And he drives off, right? So they go to the court in the hood. You see hood niggas everywhere. And one of them presses up on Rick. They're like, yo, this motherfucker with you, Richard? And he goes, yeah, he's cool. He's like, all right. We just making sure. And you see the coach like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, so they got security now.
He's like, we ain't gonna let you get shot, Rick. Come on now. And so he goes, all right, this is the Compton Country Club. He goes, all right, let's start practicing. All right, fast feet, recover. And he starts ripping shots at him, right? He's like, they're great. Get out there, hitting balls. He's like, I like it. Excellent work. All right, come on, girls. What are we doing tonight? You guys have fun? And he high fives the girls, like, all right, good. And he looks at Richard. He's like, Richard, I'm impressed. They're terrific. And he looks at him. He goes, I think you might have the next Michael Jordan on your hands. And I'm not kidding you. And then Richard goes, no, brother. I got the next 2. Yo. Damn. But I get it because they don't see it with Serena because she's just younger.
Right.
She's just younger. You just don't see it yet.
Yeah.
So it goes, cut to them in the house. Rick goes, hands him a contract. He goes, this is my standard agreement, all right? Now, everything in this includes housing, food, education, top-notch school. Like, she's going to get all this. And she gets free trips to Disney World whenever she wants, down the street.
Right.
Because it's in Florida.
Okay.
And he goes, and you get the most important thing, which is my personal time. And that's the most important thing you get, okay? And all that, I know it sounds expensive, all right, but I'll be doing it for free. But the cost, of course, will be 15% of their future earnings. This nigga made so much money.
Right.
He made 15% of both Serena and Venus's future earnings.
Yeah. And if
15.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Also of earnings.
Right.
That includes endorsements, everything.
Right. That's worth it for them.
Oh, for
everybody, all the way around, and you get your kids out of that terrible neighborhood.
Oh, they're living in Florida and like in like they're. I mean, we're talking Brentwood and LA type.
Right.
You know what I mean? The top of the top, creme de la creme type shit.
Right.
So he goes, okay. The father, Richard goes, all right, I like that. Well, what do you know about Nick Bollettieri? He says that to the other coach, and the famous, and the guy goes, I know Nick personally, and Richard goes, yeah, he's another famous coach. And he goes, yeah, he sure is. He goes, well, he keeps calling here too.
This guy.
Is he wrong though?
No, get a better deal.
This is how you negotiate, baby. But you're like,
get a better deal. This guy is prepared at every level.
Because he's like, yo, there's another coach that I know and he calling. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
You gonna sweeten this up a little bit.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah. And he goes, well, I can't get him off the phone, so what we gonna do? And he's like, well, he's a good coach, but let me tell you something. If you go there with him, you ain't gonna get Nick. All right? You get who he has available to train with him. But if you come with me, you get me. Okay. You get my time.
Right.
And he goes, and then Richard goes, yeah, but they say Nick is the best. He goes, Venus, isn't that what they said? And Venus goes, that's what they said, Daddy.
Damn.
Yo, Venus to be like,
damn.
That is what they said.
Damn.
Also to be like, that's what.
Damn.
Is it and he goes, well, hey, let me tell you something to both of you. And this is me being honest. Whether it's Nick or Tom or Dick or Harry, it don't matter. It has to be your dream. That's the only chance you both have. He's like, so you can go with who you want to go with, but And he starts getting kind of nervous, you know, and I hope it's me, but just know that it's up to you girls at the end of the day. And then they pause, and he goes, "We like you. We just wanted to see he said we just wanted to see how you really felt about us."
Damn.
You know what I mean? Because he gave it to us real at the end of like, well, at the end of the day.
And at the end of the day, he was like, he's pro girl. He's pro the girls.
Yeah, he is.
Like, you're gonna be great. It's your decision. That's what he told him.
Yeah, that's what he said. Fact.
Yeah.
And he goes, "All right, we're going with you." He goes, "Okay, good." He goes, "But now this is our standard agreement." And then Richard pulls out a contract.
Right.
And he's like, "The fuck?" He goes, "Now if you take these girls, you take all of us. You take the whole family." And he's like, "Oh, whoa. Hold on. So the whole family's coming to Florida?" He goes, "Well, everybody except Tunde. She just graduated valedictorian. She's going to college." And then he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this family is like
insane.
not valedictorian. Like, oh, they're not fucking around."
Yeah.
You know. He goes, "But everything else, you know, you get a house." You know, he goes, "But we want everything else. We want that house. We want the best schools." And he goes, "Also, I'd like a job on your staff." He's like, "What?" He goes, "Oh, and a mobile home. We need an RV." He goes, "Why do you need an RV?" "Well, we got to get there, Rick." He goes, "Now you believe in these kids or what?" He goes, "I mean, girls, you know, of course I do." He goes, "All right, well, let's go to Florida." And then he goes, but and then cut to, we see them on the drive, brand new RV. Yo, he got a brand new RV out that deal, dog.
That's crazy.
Finessed him.
Yeah.
Bro, we're just getting started. Wait till you see, you think he's finessing now?
Oh, Jesus.
Bro. So they're driving, they get to Florida. Unreal facilities. The Rick Macy Tennis Academy.
Right.
It's just apparently it's just this beautiful unreal. Because I remember looking this up when I saw the movie. It's like it's an unreal complex. Apparently, like one of the best tennis complexes in the world, right? And he shows up on a golf cart, and he goes like, "Yo, how's it going, guys?" And he starts pointing at everybody, and he's like, "Girls, that's Tommy Ho. He just won nationals at 15." And I love this. He goes, "That kid right there, that's John Roddick. They're John Roddick, and that's another guy. Both of them top 5. But John, he's got a little brother, Andy."
Yeah.
He goes, "Now that little son of a bitch, savage, breathes fire. I'll get him. He's just still a kid."
Yeah.
Yo!
Yeah.
This, and he's Andy Roddick's coach too.
Yeah.
So he goes, "You guys," he goes, "Pause. You hear that, girls?" His energy is really high. He goes,
Right.
"Stop. Hear that, girls?" And you just hear the sound of all the tennis courts and all the squeaking.
Right.
He goes, "That's the sound of effort. I love effort." He goes, "This place is always open and available." And he shows like it's a food place. He goes, "Help yourself anytime. It's all free." And he goes, and they're like, "Rick," they're all like, "Rick, you got someplace." He goes, "Let me tell you something. With you girls here, it's a lot better today."
Damn.
This guy knows he got some winners, bro.
Yeah.
15% of the earnings also, you're going to invest all your time. That's stock.
Yeah. That's huge stock.
Huge stock.
Right.
And you know, like, oh, these are black girls, which means their sponsorships
are going to be massive.
You're not an idiot.
Yeah.
So he goes, "All right, here we are, girls. This is the Mecca." And he shows them all the courts, right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "These 2 are your courts." They get 2 courts that are theirs.
Damn.
That's what I mean, but this place is insane.
Yeah, okay.
Because also it's like, oh, you would, because you have to practice 24/7.
Right.
You need your own court.
Right.
He goes, "This is where we hit the horn and pop the corn. And when we pop the corn, we butter that stuff." And the girls are like, "All right."
Yeah.
He goes, "I got a surprise for you, girls. And this doesn't happen every day, though, so don't get used to it. But hey, Jennifer." Capriati comes running.
Damn.
And they're like, right? And he goes, Jennifer's like, "I heard y'all can play. Y'all want to hit some?" And they're like, "Can we, Daddy?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "But y'all take it easier on Jennifer." And they're like, "Okay, Daddy." And then they run down so happy, bro.
Right.
He's like, "This is really special for my kids, Rick. Thank you." Right? And he's like, "No problem." He goes, I told him, you girls warm up slow, have fun. And then Rick, he looks at Richard and he goes, "V, she's going to get there. She's going to get there soon." Mm-hmm. He's like, "We're going to mold her like Jennifer. Same path. We'll start her soon on the Easter Bowl. That's the same bowl she started with." And then Richard goes, "No, we're not going to start with that one." He goes, "Okay, well, what do you have in mind, Richard?" He goes, "Oh, I meant to tell you this. I'm sorry, I forgot. We're not playing the juniors." Mm-hmm. He goes, "What?" Yeah. We're not going to play no matches, actually." "Well, no, Richard, they play matches. That's how they turn pro, And he goes, "Well, we're not going to do that. They'll turn pro when I say." He goes, "Well, when is that?" "When I say they ready." He goes, "Well, what are they supposed to do, Richard? Play ping pong all day?" And he starts getting hot. "Huh? What are they going to do all day?" And he goes, "What you mean, man? They're going to practice with you. And then when they're not with you practicing, they're going to be kids." What? Be kids? That's not how this works, Richard. That's not how this works at all. I can't mold her like that. I need her to be a champion. That's not how this goes out. He goes, well, and he goes, Richard, not one player that didn't play juniors isn't a champion. That's not ever. It's impossible. Okay? And he goes, well, it's not impossible for you. You Rick Macy. That's why we drove all this way, because you make the impossible possible. He goes, but I can't. He goes, but I mean, well, I guess if you can't, we can talk to Nick. And he's like, Richard, don't you think you could have mentioned this while we was in Compton? He goes, yeah, I could have, but then you might not have made the best decision you ever made in your life.
That's funny.
Also, remember this: open stance, no closed, open. All right, I got a plan. I wrote it down, Rick. I'm gonna go get a burger. And he walks off.
Yeah.
The coach is like,
what the fuck? Yeah.
Right. Cut to 3 years go by.
Damn.
That's how long he really did that for.
Damn.
She didn't play. She was 63-0, dog.
Yeah.
Didn't play again for 3
3
straight
years.
years. Out of nowhere. Just dropped off the planet.
Damn.
No, like she was just gone.
Right.
But you see her practicing with Rick every day. Now she's older now, the girl, the actress, like she looks like beast mode.
Yeah.
And also now she looks a little bit more like the Venus that we first run into.
Right.
You know what I mean?
More recognizable Venus.
Because, 14 is when she broke out on the mat.
Right.
She's 14 in this.
Okay.
So,
Forgot they're like 11 years old.
when it first started, yeah.
Yeah.
And Serena's like 8.
Yeah.
So, they're doing an interview, and a guy's asking, people say, talking to Richard, about like, what are you going to do? She hasn't played in forever, yada, yada. He goes, yeah, but people say what they say, but I ain't worried about that. All the people that wanted to play, when they see my daughter, they just see money. They see dollar signs. And usually it's money in their pockets. And he goes, they go, yeah, but you said yourself that, tennis parents should be shot. And they're some of the worst people ever. He goes, yeah, you should see them. He goes, well, what about this, Richard, that they say most of the top prospects about to turn pro, your daughter could be one of them, but she hasn't played a match since 1994. And he goes, yeah, but you know what she can do? She speaks 4 languages. How many languages you speak? Exactly.
God damn.
She's a genius, bro.
God damn.
He goes, let me tell you something, sir. I've been broke my whole life. And you know what she ain't going to be? She ain't ever going to be po.
Damn.
And it's cut to his interview ends, and then you see her interview, right? Mm-hmm. You see Venus just killing it. They go, all right, come on, Junior, we got an interview. And then you see the coach go, well, what do you mean she's got an interview? We got 2 more hours of practice. He goes, no, she got to leave. She got an interview. He goes, well, if you leave this court, V, your sister's taking over. She's like, I got to go. I'm sorry, coach. And she runs off. He goes, all right, Meek, you're up. You see Serena like, she sprints onto the court.
Yeah.
She starts practicing with him.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Great.
Right? So they say how she's got they ask her about some, famous person, yada, yada.
Right.
And do they think she can beat her?
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, I know I can. And the guy goes, this is a very famous interview, by the way. And then the guy goes, you seem very confident. You say it so easily. Why? And she's like, I just know I can. He goes, wow, and you believe that. But you haven't played a match in 3 years. Richard interrupts the interview. Now, this is a super viral clip.
Okay.
Like, I've seen this clip growing up in, like, all the sports shows and all that. And then just on the internet, if you type in Venus Arena, this clip comes up.
Okay.
But, like, the real Venus Arena, like,
right.
It's an unbelievable clip.
Okay.
I'll show it to you after the episode ends.
Okay.
Unbelievable clip.
Okay.
So, you see Richard go, hold it. Now, I'm sorry, I got to stop the interview, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, what she just said was confident the first time. And you keep interrupting. And he goes, sir, you keep interrupting. He's like, I'm not interrupting. That girl is 14 years old. All right? And she'll be playing when I'm long in the grave and you long in the grave. So you're dealing with a young black kid. And this little black kid didn't answer your question with confidence the first time. So you leave it alone. Stop trying to break her confidence. And you see little Venus just smiling in the background like this. And that's real.
Yeah.
That's a real interview, dog.
Damn.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
Oh, bro. Because he's so right. Cause he's like, why are you trying to penetrate her confidence?
Yeah. It's
She's
weird.
A kid.
Yeah.
Cut to Venus. You see her coming back, right? And she's watching some girl in some big tournament, and it's Kornikova.
Okay.
Crazy, right?
Right.
And Venus is like, man, I want to play. And the coach is like, you're preaching to the choir. And she's like, I'm ready. He's like, oh, I know you're ready. And he's like, will you please talk to my dad, coach? And he's like, please don't, Venus, you're feeding me to the wolves. She's like, please, coach, please. And he's like, oh, God damn it, that face. God damn it. He's like
Yeah.
such a coach. He's like, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, she gives him a big old hug. He's like, oh, yeah, here we go. God damn it. Well, let's hope he doesn't kill the goddamn messenger.
Yeah.
Right? And then, so you see cut to, he's doing more interviews and telling people how the girls ain't no fools and they're focusing on school and yada, yada, and how they're going to be the biggest stars in the universe and all this, right? Rick comes up and he's like, Richard, can I bend you here for a second? He's like, oh, no. Rick looked like he want to say something I don't want to hear. Y'all girls go in now. And the girls run off. And he sits and he's like, hey, Richard, so there's a tournament coming up in Oakland, the Battle of the Bay, and it's the biggest tournament in the West Coast. And I called the director, and they said, of course, for Venus, they can put her in as a wild card, and Nike will be there. And he's like, Rick, I don't like that. Rick, I don't like you talking to people behind my back. Now he's like, hear me out, stop, Richard, just stop. She's 14, okay? Hingis already turned pro. Kornikova turned pro. All right, Jennifer Capriati is on the Wheaties box, and you want to know something? Your daughter's twice as good as her. Imagine if you're the coach and you know this kind of shit. You're like, bro, we got to get this little motherfucker in the game.
Yeah.
He goes, Jennifer. He goes, no, I don't want her because Jennifer done dropped out the tour. And they say she burnt out. He goes, no, that's not what happened. He goes, that's what they saying. He's like, look, Venus is ready. All right, let's get this show on the road. She's hungry. She has the fire. She's ready. He goes, you up here to talk to me, Rick. And I don't say this often, but maybe you're not wrong. And Rick smiles. He's like, what? He's like, just let me think about it, Rick, okay? Is that all right? Mm-hmm. He's like, yes, take your time, Richard. Thank you. Yes! Right? Mm-hmm. So while the girls practice that night, he's watching the news, and on the news, Capriati was found with marijuana in her room. She gets arrested. You see her mugshot. This is like the real news, too. Yeah. You see the two people she was arrested with, one with a bunch of heroin on him, the other with crack. Like, that's who she was with in a motel room.
Damn.
All right? So the next day, Rick comes down to train the girls, the coach. The girls aren't there. He's like, yo, where's Serena and Venus? He's like, Richard took them to Disney World. He throws the racket. He's so mad. He's waiting for them when they get home, right? To their nice house that he's paying for. Right? And then he's like, hey, what up, girls? He's nice to the girls. Like, hey, and he's like, y'all have a good time? They all have the ears on. They're like, yeah, we did, coach. He's like, oh, good. He goes, Richard, can I get a minute? And Richard comes over. He goes, so, we had a practice scheduled today. Tournament's a few weeks away. He goes, oh, yeah, but we ain't playing in that tournament. And then Venus here, she goes, Daddy, what? And he goes, it's okay, Junior. And he's like, he ain't going to be burning you out like he did Capriati. He goes, what are you talking about? I didn't do that. He goes, you was her coach, were you not? And he doesn't say anything. And he's like, he goes, is that not her TV? Is that not her on TV? Is that not her mugshot? Is she not arrested right now? Venus will not be cracked out in some alley because you pushed her there. And then you see Venus go, storm off. She's so mad.
Right.
He's like, you see what you just did, Richard? You broke her heart. Right? And he goes, I'm tired of your games, Richard. I'm tired of them. You pull them out of juniors for music, for practice. You pull them out of juniors just to practice. You pull them out of practice for music lessons or church or this or Disney World. All right? They have he goes, they have to practice. They don't play. They have to practice. What? And he goes, he goes, hey, you think I don't know that you've been taking them to other coaches? Huh? You think I don't know about that? You've been doing that secretly behind my back? And then Richard goes, I'm sorry, coach, but they got to round out their game. You don't know everything.
Damn.
I get it because he's like, yo, I'm trying to make them the best.
Right.
And to make them the best, they got to learn from everybody.
Right.
And he goes, no, Richard, it's all about you. That's all it's about. It's the Richard Williams show. You're doing interviews every goddamn day, putting all this pressure on them. Huh? You jerk my chain, but don't do it to the girls. And he goes, Rick, we know we love you, and you're a member of this family, but don't you forget you work for us. I wrote the plan. I call the shots. I'm sorry you don't like that. And they're right there. And Rick, he's so mad. He goes, that's a nice house you're living in. And he goes, Rick, he goes, remind me who pays for it. He goes, don't do that, Rick. You're a bigger man than that. Don't do that. And he walks off. Damn. And Rick's like, he drives off so mad.
Right.
So you see Venus storm out of the house angry, and she goes to practice.
Right.
And the mom's like, you gonna go after her? And he's like, no, she fine. She's like, no, she ain't. She ain't fine. You go fix this. He goes, I done put this whole thing together, and now everybody think they know better than me. Right? And then she goes, honey, from the day we met, out on that bus stop, and he's talking to his wife. He goes, right. You didn't tell me your real name. You know why? He goes, I know why. You thought I was just another dumb nigga. You don't believe in me then. You ain't believe in me now. And she goes, hey, I carried them. You think I don't believe in them? And he goes, yeah, well, it's my plan. She goes, it's my plan too. The open stance, they got that from me, not you. And she goes, and Serena served, I fixed that. Serena Serve is me. That's not you. You messed it up. And I've been here, she goes, I've been here dreaming and believing this whole time, just like you. So don't you say that to me. And he goes, well, what you want, honey? She goes, how about a thank you? But unlike you, Richard, I don't need the world to tell me I'm great.
Damn.
Right? And then he goes, and then right then he goes to walk off. He goes, see what? And then Richard goes to walk off. And she goes, see, that's how you do right there. You walk away. When you ain't finished with stuff, you just walk away. That's how you are with your businesses and all your other kids. And he goes, oh, you going to bring up that now? And she goes, oh, what? You got something? Get it off your... And Richard's like, you got something? Get it off your chest. And she said, what? I said it. Your son showing up here the other day, knocking on the door, and all you had to say was, oh, I guess he found me. Oh, I think he found me. Another woman would have left your sorry ass, but I stayed. He's like, well, go ahead then. Leave. And she goes, nope, I stay till the job's done. You think I'm staying for your sorry ass? I'm staying for my girls. I answer something higher than you. Look at this house. Richard's like, look at this house. Where would you be without me? In an apartment with 3 kids and no daddy. And she's like, look at your ego. You're bragging. You're so scared you're going to fail. So scared the world will see you as another dumb nigga. And you know what? You think they right. That's why you're scared. And that's why you don't have a play in any of these tournaments, because you don't want them to know that you just some dumb nigga that fucked up, right? And she goes, let me tell you something, Richard. You did your job, and I'll never take that away from you. And whether you see it or not, I did mine. This is Venus's life. You need to trust her to decide, or she will leave you one day.
Damn, that's true.
And he pauses, and then he gives her a hug, right? He goes and he sees Venus, and it's like 1 a.m, bro, and she's just out on her court, lights on, just her court, and she's just practicing.
Right.
Just hitting from the machine, hard as fuck. You see Richard walks out, and she starts hitting him with the balls. Mm-hmm. Like, he ain't saying that, he's just kind of taking them, right?
Right.
And then he cuts the machine off, and he rolls the cart over, and he hits the ball to her, and she smashes it back hard at him. Mm. And then he hits her another one, and she hits it really hard and almost knocks all the balls over. Right. And she's like, and he walks up to the net, and he goes, so you want to play? And she's crying. She's like, yes. Why won't you let me? You think I'm not ready? And he goes, honey. Now they're standing at the net. When I was a little boy and I grew up in Shreveport, my father gave me money to pay this white man for something. Back then, you couldn't touch a white people. I went to give him the money, and I accidentally touched his hand. He beat on me. Him and all his friends, they all beat on me. And I looked up, and I saw my father, and he took off running. And he let grown men beat on his baby boy. Now, I ain't no great daddy, but I ain't did nothing but try to protect you. And he starts crying, bro. This next step, honey, it would be hard for anybody. But for you, you gonna be representing every little black girl on earth. And he's like, and you gotta go through that gate, and I just never wanted you to look up, and you see your daddy running away. And she's like, Dad, you said I would be number 1 in the world. Well, let's go show these people I can. Damn. Like, damn, this girl is ready.
Damn.
Bro. Mm-hmm. She's like, I'm not going to let you down. Mm-hmm. And he goes, how could you, Junior? They hug. Music kicks in.
Well, yes.
Here we go.
Here we go.
You see the courts, bro. Mm-hmm. Welcome to Oakland, Bank of the West Classic, where our reigning U.S. Open champion will face a tough draw of challengers, all trying to take home the $400,000 purse and venue for maybe their first pro match.
Right. Damn.
Right? No, and this is the venue for a lot of people's first pro match.
Okay.
And the venue for for the first pro match for one particular superstar and her first match in 3 years, Venus Williams. Her father pulled her out of juniors, and everyone wants to know how she will fare against veteran players.
Yeah.
All right. You see him interviewing, right? And he's an interview, and like, this is a real interview. And he's like, we worked hard for this day, 9 hard years, saying we're gonna get here, and then you get here, and all of a sudden you look around and you're like, we don't belong here. Mm. It says, like, this is on ESPN. We belongs in the ghetto.
Yeah.
You know, and he goes, he goes, and so the world wants to know, is she a dream? Is this a dream? Is this dream all hype? Or is this what the tennis world has been waiting for? Right? So you see them in the hotel, and then you see another actor come by that you recognize, right? I forget, he's seen him and stuff.
Right.
And he works for Nike.
Okay.
He goes, all right, guys, I'm sorry. Thank you for taking my time. I don't want to take too much of yours. I hope it's clear how high we regard your daughter at Nike.
Right.
And we want her off the table now, before the match even starts. So we're willing to offer her $3 million right here, right now, and her own signature shoe line and her own brand deal. What do you think of that? And the dad's like, I think you need to pitch this to Venus. And he goes, oh, sorry, you're right. He looks over at Venus. He's like, Venus, what do you think? It's $1 million more than Capriati got.
Damn.
The biggest deal of all time for a kid. And he goes, and we can donate any certain amount, like a certain amount, to any charities that you so support. We want to help build your career, Venus. And she thinks for a second, and she laughs, and she's like, and she looks over at all the adults, and then looks at her coach, and looks at her dad, and then the coach is like, why don't you just give us a minute, let the family talk. And
right.
He's like, oh, yeah, absolutely. And he gets up and he leaves. And right before he goes, but before I go, I need to tell you, this deal is only for tonight. The moment you step on this court, the deal's off the table. And they're all like, what? And then Richard goes, fix y'all's faces till the man gets out the door. Come on now. Mm-hmm. And he walks out. And then the coach is like, Rick, Richard, what's going on here? You know what I mean? He's like, what? And then the mom's like, what, are they trying to scare us? And he's like, well, they scared me. The coach is like, well, they scared me. I'm scared. I'm a little terrified. I mean, it's $3 million, guys. Yeah. What's the problem here? And then Richard goes, Rick, they haven't seen the girl play yet. He goes, I know, that's the point. And they want to give her $3 million. And he goes, Richard, you did it. You know, I thought you were nuts. All these things, all your prophecies, but you were right. You know what I mean? You were right. They're going to pay her $3 million. She's a star. We won. Why is everyone so glum? Venus, what's going on? And you see Venus, even her head's down. And then he's like, Venus, what's wrong? And she goes, Coach, I want to show everybody what I can do. I understand it's a good offer. It's unbelievable. He goes, yes, it's unbelievable, honey. This money changes lives. And they go, Rick, you asking this girl to take all this hard work she done the last 10 years, all this work, 10 years, and accept the first offer that walks through the door? That's not right. You know that. That's bad business, and you know it, Rick.
Damn.
How, because you know, if the first offer's 3 and it's Nike, well, what is Reebok's?
Right.
Should I not at least find out what Puma has to say?
Right.
You know, maybe they want the first black girl. Right. And maybe they're like, 3, we'll give you 6.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. Especially if she kills it, which, spoiler alert, she does.
Hey, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
We know this already.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she wins a certain amount of Wimbledon.
Yeah.
So he goes, you know, Venus, this is your call. You know, do you care? You know, do you want to play? Do you want this? No, he goes, no, the coach goes, you know, we have to take this opportunity. It's crazy not to. We don't even know who she's playing tomorrow. And then Richard goes, Venus Williams, do you care who you play tomorrow? And Venus goes, no. Venus Williams, do you want this deal? No, Daddy. Well, that's it. Let's go eat. And he's like, come on, Rick. You got to pay for the food. And Rick's like, Cut to the next day. Venus is down. It's her first game. Right. She's like, the game starts, she's playing somebody, and she's already down. Stafford leads by 2 games. Okay. And then she hits a fault, and then another fault in a row. She's off. Richard's watching from the back of the arena, right? Now all of a sudden she's getting killed. She's down love 40. Right. The Nike guy watching, disappointed. Right. Like, oh my God, this girl sucks, right? Stafford leads by 3 games. The Nike guy leans over and he's like, hey, I'm going to go watch another match, but I'll be back. He just leaves. Right. Okay? She keeps fucking up. Now she's down 4 games to 1. Right. Rick looks at her. He's like, let's go. She looks up at her dad, who just smiles at her. And she's like, Mamba mentality. Damn. Locks in. She wins a round. Wins another. People start going crazy because this 14-year-old girl's coming back on this grown, like this fucking 17-year-old girl, 18-year-old girl. You know what I mean? She comes back, wins another one. She wins the whole match. Damn. All right? Crazy comeback in her first round. Right. All right? So someone asked her after the match, they go, were you nervous? You know? And she goes, no, just a little rusty.
Damn.
Right? And they go, tomorrow you play 3-time champ. The 3-time champ. Do you think you'll be able to handle it? Do you think you'll be able to hold up? She's like, yeah, I do. You see Rick, he's so happy, and he looks at her, and he's like, Richard, she's a hired assassin. I mean, it's insane. Nike just called. They upped it. $4 million. And he goes, imagine what they're going to pay the next one. He goes, no, Richard, no, you got to understand. She's playing the best tennis player on the planet. And he goes, well, let's see. Because if she beats Vaccaro, the champ, it's the greatest upset in sports history.
Damn.
A 14-year-old girl. Right then you see Venus walk in the bathroom, and she's so happy. She's like celebrating on her own, like in the stall. Mm-hmm. And she's just screaming, right? Cut to, you see Serena staring at the court, crying.
Right.
So sad.
Right.
Just sad. And you see the dad walk over. He's like, Meek, come on now. She doesn't move. She's just staring at the court. The court that her sister just played and won on.
Right.
And Richard walks up. He's like, this is my best. To me, this is the best part of the movie. He goes, I know you love Venus. And I know this is exciting. But I know it's hard for you too, huh? He's like, can I tell you a secret? Yeah. Your sister will be the #1 tennis player in the whole world. No doubt about it. And Serena's like, I know. He goes, but you gonna be the best tennis player of all time. Damn. You gonna be the greatest. And you want to know how I know, Serena? Because I planned it. I kept you in Venus' shadow. I did that on purpose to make you tough. You's a fighter. So take it all in. Look at all this. You up next. Damn. And he walks off, and she's just like,
Damn.
Bruh.
Damn.
Your sister's the greatest in the world.
And you're
but you gonna be the greatest of all time. Woohoo, a bar.
Yeah.
So you see the mom before the match, like giving the girls a pep talk. And he tells her, like, you're gonna be beautiful tomorrow, Venus. She kisses her daughter. Cut to the packed stadium tomorrow night. Right. Beautiful. That night, beautiful lighting everywhere. Mm-hmm. You hear the reigning French and U.S. champion, Vaccaro.
Right.
That's who she's playing against, bro.
Right.
Second round.
Right.
Going up against Venus Williams as she makes her center court debut here tonight. ESPN, this is like on. Yeah. I remember because this is a classic match because it's the one where she has the iconic white braids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. She has all the beads in her hair.
Yeah.
The white one. So it's that match.
Right.
This is that match, all right? So she walks out slow-mo out the locker room. Crowd's going crazy, right? You're the dad. I love you, Julia. And making her center court debut in her second pro match. A warm welcome to 14-year-old phenom Venus Williams. Crowd's going crazy, right? And now 3-time Grand Slam champion Arantxa Vaccaro.
Right.
Venus serves first. They go back and forth. Venus gets in that ass. She's up 40-love immediately. Wins the first game. She finally loses a couple, but still wins the second game. She's up 2. Mm-hmm. Wins the third game. She's up 3-0. She is kicking her ass.
Right.
Crowd is going crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Richard's talking to the security guard, like, that's my baby girl, right? He's like, flames coming off that ball. My wife taught her that move. Like, he's just talking to anybody who walks by, right?
Right.
Rick is watching. He's like, that's a can of corn. Bam! She hits another one. Another game. Williams, she's up 4. So Richard's talking to people, telling them, like, open stance. Like, that's our call. Like, that's all me. I'm the open stance. Like, that's, telling other tennis players and shit. Boom. She wins another. The dad's watching. He's like, there you go. And he's just watching, and he just keeps repeating, 10 years of hard work. 10 years of hard work, all right here. All for this, 10 years of hard work. Bruh.
Damn.
Because you're just like, this is it. Mm-hmm. This is it, dog. So Vaccaro finally, pissed off, throws her racket down, then yells something in Spanish to her coach, then walks up to the ref, says something, and storms off the court.
Right.
This really happened.
Right.
Venus runs up and is like, what's going on? And the ref tells her she's going to the toilet. She's like, okay. Venus looks at her coach, Rick, and Rich, let it go. Stay in your game. Stay in your game, right? Richard's just muttering, don't let her get in her head, Junior. Don't let her get in your head, Junior. Rick looks over at the mom, the coach, and he's like, she's icing her. He's like, what? He's like, it's a dirty trick, but you can fucking do it. It's no rules against this. God damn it. He's so mad, right?
Right.
Richard's getting pissed. He's like, he looks at the security, that's 8 minutes. Then he looks at the tennis people, like, it's 9 minutes, y'all. That's 9 minutes. Come on now. What are we doing here? You know?
Right.
Finally, she comes back out. Venus serves. They go back and forth. Venus hits one out of bounds. Rick, the coach, is like, find it. Another fault. Another one. She starts losing.
Damn.
Crazy, right?
Damn.
Vicario ties it up. Okay?
Damn.
So she goes down again. Now she's down 15-40 in another set. Okay, Junior, she loses another game. Then another. She's now down 6-4.
Damn.
All right? At one point, she falls really hard, like falls hard, right on her face. Richard stops watching from the back. He runs to where the family is and grabs a seat right there so the daughter can see, like,
Right.
hey, we got your back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Final set, she's down 40-love. She loses.
Damn.
Game, set, match, Vicario.
Damn.
She shakes her hand like a grown-up, right? Richard's like, good job out there, girl. You did great. Everybody's clapping. She sits alone in the locker room, just
Yeah.
bawling.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
She's a 14-year-old kid.
Right.
Just lost. You're bawling. Richard and the mom come up. They're like, hey, V. They hug her. She's like, I should have won tonight. All her deals, all her respect. And he goes, no, don't do that. Don't you do that. You were counting on me, Dad. Hey, listen to me. You went toe-to-toe for 2 hours with the number 1 tennis player in the world.
Yeah. And you're 14.
And he goes, you 14? He goes, you're 14, honey. And you had her shook. And the mom leans over and goes, her knees were buckling, baby. Like, ooh, because she did.
Yeah,
like, yo, you had that bitch. That bitch had to cheat damn near.
Right. Yeah.
And he goes, honey, and you did it all with grace. If you don't have no respect for yourself right now, you never will. You a champion, Venus Williams, and the world know it now. You walk out there head up. He goes, honey, I have never been more proud of a person in my entire life.
Damn.
He goes, all right, let's go. Come on now. And the dad goes to grab her bag, her sports bag. She goes, I got it. He goes, no, honey, you know I'm going to carry your bag. She goes, hey, Dad, I got it.
Damn.
And he's like, and he hands it to her, and she walks out, bro, like a fucking, like,
Yeah.
I'm a pro.
Right.
Pros lose.
Right.
It's okay. So they walk out. Her family's waiting on her. They give her a big hug. You did it, V. She stared. Bro, they all go, all right, let's go. They go to leave. She just stares down the court. Great shot. Just like.
Right.
And she's like. And then she turns around.
Right.
But like I'll be back.
Right. Right.
Oh, we gonna do a round 2, bitch.
Right.
Oh, please believe.
Right.
So they go to exit, right? And when they leave, everyone's there.
Right.
Huge fans. Obviously, every reporter, everybody, because they're waiting on her, obviously.
Right.
Lose or not, like, oh, you're this talk of the fuck. You're 14 and you took her toe-to-toe?
Yeah. She had to pull a trick.
It's insane. That would be huge sports center news, too.
Yeah, huge,
so it's like, oh, my God. So many people are screaming her name. She's signing autographs. And he's like, don't keep them waiting, honey. Those are your fans now. You got fans now, girl. You know, and he's just so proud of her. The Rick coach runs up to Richard. He goes, Richard, Nike's on the line. Puma's on the line. Reebok's on the line. Everyone wants in. She did it. She did it. And Richard goes, oh, yeah, she did. Fade out to black.
Yeah.
9 months later, this is in words, Venus signed with Reebok for $12 million.
Good God.
She was 15 years old.
Good God. Good
Biggest
God.
contract by a kid in the history of sports. At the time.
Yeah. My God.
$12 million for Reebok.
Good Lord. Good for them.
What a call.
Yeah. What a call.
What a call.
What a call.
Serena joined her on tour 2 years later.
Damn.
Nearly everything he planned for his daughters in Compton came true.
Right.
Venus, at age 41, has won Wimbledon 5 times. She was the first black woman in the Open era to be ranked number 1 in the world.
Damn.
Serena, at age 40, is a 23-time Grand Slam champion.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my fucking! Because Serena with the 5 Wimbledons is like, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. 5 Wimbledons is
a
insane.
lot. That's a lot of Wimbledons.
23 Grand Slams.
That's insanity. That's insanity.
That's absolute domination.
Yeah.
That is pure domination of a sport.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Gretzky. Would you not compare the Gretzky level domination?
Oh no, that's like
Jordan
yeah.
level
It's like you're
domination?
like that level of athletes. It's like Gretzky, Jordan, Phelps,
Serena. You have to put you up there with those.
Yeah.
Usain.
You saying yeah? She's up there. So I'm just
Where it's like,
this is godly.
This is godlike domination of a
Yeah,
sport.
yeah.
Jordan. You
Yeah,
said Jordan.
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
She is considered by many to be the greatest player in the history of the sport, just like Richard predicted. Cut to home video footage as the credits roll
Of just
all the shots, but from the real. And I can
The
see all the
camera.
outfits are the same.
Yeah.
The real cameras are the same. You know how they look. I mean, he looks just like him, Will
Right.
Smith.
Okay.
Oh my God. You see him in an interview. Oh, we had the kids' future planned out before they was born.
Damn.
Sometimes, and then you see the mom. Oh, sometimes we just felt like it was destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the question of, oh, I think actually people are going to want to play like me. And
Right.
she smiles a big smile.
Right.
And you hear the guy go, wow. You know what I mean? And then we see them making history, all the iconic shots for real of them winning their tournaments, her winning Grand Slams, them winning doubles, cut to them playing each other for championships and all the interviews like before that, leading up to that of
Right.
like what it's like to play your sister in the first championship. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Just them being black icons, like doing like all this, just being with Jay-Z and Beyonce. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that kind of shit.
Right.
Meeting Princess Diana, a footage of them meeting Princess Diana, and Princess Diana is freaked out meeting them.
That's crazy.
She's like freaked out meeting them.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? And then and Serena's like, thank you. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
she's like, right?
Yeah.
All the shots of them. I mean, I guess it makes sense. The Princess, they seem like people who would like tennis.
Right.
Those kind of
Yeah,
rich
yeah.
elites.
Oh yeah, that's Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you see also you'd want to meet Serena. She's won 23 of them.
Yeah.
All the shots of them as kids, you know what I mean? Just like practicing in the rain, all that shit, bro. That's why I was like,
Damn.
oh, this is like, it was as real as they could get it, bro.
Damn.
It was as real as they could get it.
Damn.
Them saying all the things that their dad told them they were going to be when they grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Their dad saying on camera how, they may not remember Richard Williams, but everybody going to remember Venus and Serena Williams.
Damn.
He goes, because they will win, and they going to share their gift with the world. King Richard.
Damn. Unbelievable story.
Him saying that for real, dog.
Unbelievable story.
That's why I was like, I love how you were like, oh man, I got to look up this stuff. It's like, oh, bro. They did the research for you.
Damn. Damn.
How cool, huh?
What a great story.
What do you think, bud?
What a great story. Jesus Christ. Crazy.
Did it deserve Chris Rock getting slapped in the face?
Yeah.
That movie was worth Chris Rock taking that slap in the face.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely. I think so
Yeah,
too.
I think so too.
Who's your favorite character?
I just like you don't see Serena's ascent.
Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah.
But you see her story. You see
Yeah.
what drove her.
What drove her to
Being in your sister's shadow.
right.
That would drive you.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
break you.
Right.
Because it could break you too.
Right.
Where you're like, oh, you just kind of let that like, I'll never be as good as her mentality.
Right.
Or you go the other way.
Yeah.
You know? When you watch the movie though, what's his name's great too. The coach.
Coach sounds great.
Coach is fire.
I mean, Smith sounds amazing.
Yeah, he deserved the Oscar.
Yeah, yeah. And it's nice that he did this before he finally lost his insanity. Nice
Yeah, he
that
gave
did
us
it
one last really good movie.
before it's like, oh no, what happened to Will Smith?
Oh, you mean before he does something crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this movie is out of all the sports movies that have come out, this is one of the better ones I've seen in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
They should do a sequel to Get Out, but instead of white people, you're just married to Jada Pinkett Smith.
oh my god! And we'll see you next week, bitches.